What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm still kind of a little amazed. I opened up StreamYard to make the room today, and I was like, "What is this?" Looks like there was some kind of update. Took me a second to get everything set up, but hopefully this week everything's everything's good. So, real quick before we get started, little bit of a story. So Wednesday, uh, was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I saw a short saying Lanterns teaser tomorrow, which would have been Thursday. Unfortunately, Thursday we're in the process of moving and stuff. We were going to be at the old house, so I was like, man, I'll just clip this short real quick, throw it up online. I'm like 3 hours late behind everybody else who did it, and the minute I had it posted, I went back to YouTube to look at something. It was like Lanterns teaser trailer dropped 11 minutes ago, and I was like, but this I thought maybe okay, I read the time wrong, and this was like an old short from the day before or something. So I made a reaction video to the trailer, watched it and everything. Said in there that I messed up the date. Well, it turns out I didn't. Apparently, someone leaked the trailer. So they kind of were. I went and read something. They were like, since you wanted it, we're here. Here it is early or something like that. This is something like that. So apparently, because somebody leaked the trailer, they had actually decided instead of doing it Thursday, they did it Wednesday. So still got my still got my reaction up. Did fairly well, like they have been doing. I appreciate everybody who watched it and commented. Uh, we're going to talk a little bit more about that trailer and some other trailers. As always, folks, make sure you have it. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Scan that QR code there we go. Code is what I'm trying to say. And sub up to the EXP. We got shows pretty much all week except for Saturday and Sunday. And every now and then we have random stuff on Saturday and Sunday. But make sure you check them out. Sales shows, talk shows, review shows, an art show last night on the original art experience with Nick Barucci, who we're going to be mentioning his name when we talk about another trailer here in a little bit. He did an art show where the proceeds went to a lot of the proceeds, not all of them, but proceeds went to Wounded Warrior Project. So that was really awesome. We had a direct link for people to go directly to there. I don't have it right now. Maybe I'll try to find it while we're doing the show. Put that up there in case anybody wants to make a direct donation. And somebody that's here with me tonight wasn't there, but they won something. Let me take this back to not cover your face. What's up, Ed?
Not much. Hell Hydra. How you doing, Jay?
I'm tired, sore, still have a lot of moving to do, but doing okay. How about yourself, man? How you been?
Tired, sore. Just went to the doctor yesterday, and they beat me up pretty good taking tests and stuff. So they had to jab both arms several times to get a vein and all that good stuff. You know how it goes. So they beat the hell out of you and then charge you $200 to stay home. That kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's some people pay good money to get beat up all the time. I mean, but that's what you're into. That's what you're into. No shame here.
You know, it's all good.
Got another little surprise for everyone. Making his not debut because he's part of the channel. We got the internet and America's favorite imaginary friend who doesn't have a camera. And I'll let him tell that story.
Wow.
What's up, boss?
Right?
What's up?
Forgetting my webcam. Because, that's what I do. Forget my webcam while we're in the midst of grabbing stuff specifically for the show.
But we got your voice, though.
This is true.
Forget your voice. So we might have another friend joining us a little bit later. We'll see. If he can, he can. If he can't, no big deal. Like, Ed's starting to rave over there.
I'm trying to figure out what's causing the fog, but I give up. I thought maybe it was the lighting, so it's just starting to rave. Want me to dab for you too?
Yes. Oh my God. Now, if you folks want to see stuff like that coming in the near future, make sure you scan that QR code and sub up to Weirdos Podcast, the sister channel to us. They're always here, always helping me with this live. I appreciate them so much. I did a whole spiel about them when neither one of them could come on that night. I don't even know if they saw it, but I talked about how much I love these guys and hope nothing but the best for them. And I appreciate them taking time out of their Saturday night to be on this show with me, just listening to me blabber on for hours at a time. So
I think I missed that one. I'll have to look it up. I might have to post little shorts of it to prove that you said it. You know?
I did. I said such sweet things. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. So I know, yeah. Well, again, I meant what I said. You guys are not co-host. You guys are not guests. You're co-hosts on this show.
Love being here, brother.
Yeah. Well, like I said, love having y'all. Because if not, it would just be me gabbing to myself. That's no fun. But so one thing I want to get into, and I forgot to ask Sean. Maybe Sean did watch it. Sean, did you get to watch the Lanterns teaser trailer yet?
Oh yeah. Yep. I watched it when I watched your reaction.
Oh, well, awesome.
Yeah, no, they. The weird part is, I guess you don't remember. I texted you after I watched it. I said it actually did a good job of getting me interested. Now I'm okay with wanting to watch it because I wasn't really sure how a buddy cop detective story thing was going to do, and based on the trailer, might actually be pretty good. I mean, you know, we heard Hal say one of the lanterns is a fucking squirrel.
That would be Chip. Like, I don't remember how to spell Chip, but it's not spelt like you would normally spell Chip. I like people who watch my reaction know my thoughts, but in case you didn't, here it is. I really dug the trailer. I really did. But I do have my complaints. And it's one very small one from my side. And it's not that I'm a prude about language. It's just outside of, I think, a couple of things that they've done so far, DCU wise, it just feels like everything that's being put on TV is just R rated. And like, I know it's a small little bitty thing, but it's kind of like, are we going to get to a point in this DCU where stuff on TV, kids could act like, again, as when I was a kid, my parents let me watch whatever they watched. Like the ratings meant nothing in my house as long as it wasn't, triple X or anything like that they knew of. But and I'd never repeated anything I heard anyway. I mean, I was watching 48 Hours and stand-ups from people that swear like sailors. I was watching all that stuff when I was a kid, right? So it's not that I'm against it, but it just feels like everything so far that they've put on television, whether it's animated or TV shows, it's just a lot of F-bombs. And I'm kind of wondering, are we ever going to get to a point where it's not just the movies that are PG-13? Like there's going to be stuff on TV, because even the newest thing that they had announced, the Mr. Miracle thing, is supposed to be an adult animated thing. So I like the trailer. I'm definitely going to watch this. I don't have the same hangups that other people have about the fact that, the lanterns weren't, they're not covered in the green aura when they fly, which neither was Guy in the Superman movie. So apparently people have like some weird issue with that. We already don't like the suits, and they only showed part of a suit in a closet. Like there's no telling if that's what the actual suit's going to look like or anything. It's the same old when it comes to superhero stuff. It's people are gonna nitpick, and again, I'm nitpicking myself right here, but it's not gonna stop me from at least giving the show a chance. It looks interesting. I haven't seen a whole lot of True Detective, but the episodes I did see, I was into it. I'm just I'm going into this hopeful. I'm hoping that this is a good show. I love Kyle Chandler. I've watched him since early edition back in like 90 something. It was a show where he got a newspaper that was like one day in the future. It was either one day or one week. I can't remember exactly, but I loved that show as a kid. Um, Aaron Pierre, to me, again, it feels like somebody went to the Justice League cartoon and just pulled him right out of it. I think he is going to be an excellent John Stewart. I'm still also kind of a little weird that Hal and him being so like the ages are like wild to me. Like why we made these particular guy included the age that they are, but again, it's small things that I can get over. How about you, Ed? What'd you think about the trailer?
It was enough to get me interested. Looks like it's gonna be a little Starsky and Hutch between the two of them going back and forth, at least for a while. Curious as hell to see how they work the other lanterns in, especially Guy. I hope he's in it for more than just a 2-second cameo.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was enough to get me interested in giving it a try. But I do agree with you that I think they're getting a little carried away with the R stuff on the TV. I mean, drop it down a little bit. I mean, some people want to introduce their kids to this stuff and they're not comfortable doing that.
right.
So now my kids are all grown up now, so I don't have that worry. But for the next generation, if we're going to keep this comic thing going, we got to get the kids hooked. And parents that don't want their kids hearing and seeing that kind of stuff, especially the kind of stuff that they did with Peacemaker this year.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't have that on something that, you want your kids to try to get into comics watching. You don't want them watching that stuff.
yeah.
I'd be like letting them watch The Boys for crying out loud.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. So see, and for me at least, The Boys was never that particular comic was never meant for.
No, it wasn't.
So I guess that doesn't bother me as much as something like Green Lantern having
Right.
the kind of language that it's going to have.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, y'all have heard my wife. Like, swearing doesn't bother me. It just feels weird sometimes because I'm like, I cuss like a sailor, but it's kind of weird hearing that coming from like a Green Lantern.
It still bothers me that they had Superman say shit.
Yeah,
That still bugs me. And that's like it's not as bad as some of the 4-letter bombs they drop these days, but
that's
it just wasn't Superman. He don't talk like that.
yeah. Like again, that was one of my complaints that people kind of shoved under the rug, which is fine. It's my thing. It's like how you have the man go from saying like golly and shucks
Right.
to saying shit and piss was just, I don't know. It just hit my ear wrong hearing Superman say
He
stuff.
he even said what the heck to Crypto.
Yeah,
What the heck, dude?
yeah. So again, like I
Yeah.
said, it's a small little nitpick. It's not gonna stop me from watching the show. It's just something that was on my mind when I was watching the trailer. I think it looks good. I can't wait for it. I'm hoping that they pull it off and we eventually get the lanterns in the movies. And the one thing that I've been wanting for a long time. I have a list No idea where it's at. But I had a list of movies, whether they were animated or live action, they're like my dream movies. Deadpool happened, Old Man Logan basically happened, and one was Blackest Night. And my thought was, as soon as Marvel went to space with, let me pop this back on here. As soon as Marvel went to space with Guardians of the Galaxy, my first thought was, okay, we got to get lanterns. We got to get lanterns. We got to be in space with lanterns. Now, we know nothing about what's going to happen in this show, so I'm not going to assume that the whole thing is going to be on Earth. I'm not going to assume that at all. But I was like, we need to reach that part of the DC that hasn't been really tapped. And if it happens live action, awesome. If animated is the best way to go for Blackest Night, I would love that. But this show looks good. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what the story is. I've heard that I've heard that Guy is going to be in more than just like a cameo role, but it's very strange because when you watch the trailer, Hal says something along the lines of he's the only human lantern. So it has me really curious to what's going on with that, because I think that Alan Scott also has like a little bit of story going on in this too. But again, that part is just speculation. That's just what I've heard. That's just speculation that they're investigating a murder. But again, we won't know until that show drops what the show's actually going to be about. So again, I'm excited for it. The other thing that I'm very excited for, The Boys' final season. I cannot wait for this. Much like Invincible, I was super late to The Boys. I don't even know how I found out about The Boys, and that's also the beautiful thing about being late to stuff, because I was late to Invincible, and not even a year later, we have 3 or 4 seasons, fixing to be a 4th season of Invincible, or maybe it's a 5th. I can't even remember at this point. But now we have shows. Like, I started reading The Boys, and next thing I knew, they were doing a season 1 of The Boys. So I'm excited to see how they're going to end this. The Boys was a pretty lengthy read too. We kind of sped run through a lot of stuff that happened, and they left out a lot of stuff that happened. It was more of a it's mentioned in passing. So, and again, in the books, what happens is Homelander gets all the soups together and decide they're going to do this coup. And I'm thinking that's part of what this last season is going to be, especially when you watch the trailer and you see him at the end. He's sitting in the Oval Office. Again, I'm super excited about this. I know that this show is not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it. We still need to watch Gen V season 2 because we really enjoyed the first season of Gen V, which ties into this stuff. And even when this is over, I don't know how much longer they're taking Gen V, but I know there's a new show that they're working on that's called Vought Rising that is heroes before even this time, like when the Supes first got started. So we get to see Soldier Boy back then, and even some Supes before him, I think. So really excited for this. Sean, did you get to watch this trailer?
No, I haven't watched. I've actually, for whatever reason, just haven't really paid attention to anything boys related of late.
Okay. Well,
I've been keeping my focus small, even though I know The Boys is actually coming first. I think before anything.
yeah, I think The Boys. It says right there April. I think Invincible starts in March.
Oh, okay. I haven't even watched any of the. Well, I'm still like several seasons behind on Invincible. So
You're gonna have you get a chance. You'll have some good stuff to watch, man. Because those Invincible seasons just keep feeling to us at least, it feels like they get better and better each season. But how about you, Ed?
Homelander must die.
Oh,
The trailer looks awesome, and seeing him sitting in the president's chair is like, you gotta be shitting me. What is going on here? So yeah, it got me hooked. I got some catching up to do, but I kind of stepped away from it for reasons that you already know.
yep.
And I think I'm just going to just dive back in and try to at least catch up a little bit, because from what it looks like they're going to do in this final season, I want to see it.
Yeah, like I've been harping on it, and I repeat it every time we talk about the boys. This is the correct way to subvert expectations. You will not be spoiled if you read the comics and then watch the show, and vice versa. If you watch the show and read the comics, you will not be spoiled because they take liberties, they mix things up, and the one thing that I'm hoping that they stick with, because in the books there are certain people that are still alive that have already been killed off in like the first season of the show. They're still alive in the books. The one thing I hope they do is kill Homelander. That's the one thing. Like, spoiler for anybody who's never read The Boys before, Homelander does die. But how he dies is, I don't know how they're going to do it, just because of certain things they've done in the show. Like, there are things that have been done in the show that I'm like, oh, okay, so we're not going that route. So
his death, if they do kill him, has to be something new. They can't possibly do how they did it in the comic.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I loved it in the comic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not recently, but a couple months ago, I decided, you know what? I'm going to read all the Boys stuff. And I read all the issues. I made it through Dear Becky, the series that came out kind of a couple years after The Boys came out. The Boys, Dear Becky. I read all that. So that was one thing on my list. I was like, I want to read all the Boys. So I did that. I'm hoping against hope that eventually, even if it's not Garth Ennis, that we get some Gen V comics and we get some Vought Rising comics. I jokingly ask Nick all the time, which, folks, if you don't know, Nick Barucci, who hosts the art show, is the head honcho over at Dynamite, and he's a producer on The Boys. And I asked him, I was like, hey, when are we going to get some Vought Rising comics? And he goes, well, if Garth feels like writing them. And I was like, okay. Well, a jokey answer, or a jokey question, but, that's pretty much the answer I got. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. Like, it's just entertainment, folks. I understand, because there are probably people out there like, dude, how can you like The Boys that much? I was like, I don't know. I think it's a compelling show. I think this is like the deconstructed superhero done correctly. You're not supposed to love these people. You're not supposed to look up to them. There's really almost no hero in this show. Like, every one of them has just been, they've done some bad stuff. But I'm excited for this. Kind of sad to see it end, but at the same time, I'm glad they're not going to drag it out. There's been plenty of shows that I love to this day, and I'll say it. Smallville is one of them. Smallville could have been 8 seasons, if I'm being really honest. There's some of the episodes that I was like, we didn't really need this, but then later on, they would start talking about stuff from an episode, like in season 2, they'd finally tie it together in like seasons 8 and 9. So I'm really hopeful that this show's going to go out with a bang, and I'm also excited for the future for whatever they put out. So
one little comment about The Boys. You know Huey, right?
Yeah.
He's Quaid He's one of the Quaid guys. Until I found that out, I knew he reminded me of somebody. I thought it was Malcolm McDonald. Do you see that at all in him?
Yeah.
Because I see that big time in him, and I'm like, I wonder if he's related to Malcolm. And then I found out who he was, and once I found out he was a Quaid, then I could instantly see it.
Yeah.
But I at first thought he was related to Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, Jack Quaid kind of like, okay, the first thing I ever saw him in was Hunger Games. He was in the Hunger Games. But it feels like after he got this role, he was just in everything. He was one of the Scream movies. He was that movie Novocaine. He is the voice of Superman in My Adventures with Superman. Like he's really taken off. Like, and I think part of that has a lot to do with the show. So now I'm going to get into some stuff I've been reading. Like I've said a couple times before, one of my resolutions this year was to read at least one comic a day for the entire year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm only going to read one. That just means at the very least. And there has been some days I've been kind of busy where I have only read one comic a day. But I believe I'm up to 205 books so far, and that's not including the stuff that I read for the list item. The list stuff doesn't count until after I talk about it on the show. So, in case anybody forgot, since I haven't done it in a couple weeks, what I read was The Watchmen. Now, I only got through 2 issues of The Watchmen, but that means issues 3 through 12 I can add to my list of stuff that I'm reading this year. So, I got to talk about it first. So, one of the other big undertakings I decided to do was I restarted Invincible. Now, I have not read all of Invincible, folks. I'm not going to even pretend that I have. I have skipped around, though. I have skipped around so I could, just because. Like, I don't know why. Just randomly, I would read an issue that was like issue 158 or whatever, however many. So I have skipped around, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to start from issue 1. I think we have 6 of the trades. So we still have like 18, 19 more volumes to pick up. Eventually I'm going to get those big old compendiums so I don't have to have, 8 million trades of this. I was super late to the party on this, and I heard people talking about it. There was a show that I used to watch there was a group of guys I used to watch. They've gone through many different changes. I believe they're called Heroes Reforged. But I heard them talking about this book. And I was like, you know what? I went to the comic shop one day and I saw there's a $10 trade, for volume 1. So I grabbed it and, I read the first 2 issues of that trade, and I was like, okay, this is really good, but I don't really get the hype for it. Then I hit a certain part in that trade, and I was like, 100% get it now. And I've been in love with this property ever since. Like, if I had to put somebody underneath Superman as my favorite character, I want to say Invincible and Deadpool kind of flip-flop sometimes. This was one of those things that, again, when I started reading it and really got into it, then they announced, oh, they're going to be doing a cartoon and a live-action movie. And we've got the cartoon, and the cartoon sticks very close to the comics. It really does. It speeds up events. We kind of speed run through some stuff, but it's very close to the comic. But it's not 100% like, well, I could just read the comic if it's going to be, like this. No, the show is kind of Robert Kirkman's second draft. There's things that he wanted to do in Invincible that he didn't get to do. The cartoon kind of lets him get through that. And, after Invincible, then I had read, Walking Dead and loving Skinbreaker, Firepower. Like, Robert Kirkman is a writer that I pretty much love everything he's done so far. And Invincible is a character that it starts out a little bit kind of like bubblegummy, like it's a tale of a half alien getting his powers, and his dad is the most powerful person on the planet, and then real quick it kind of gets into okay some real serious stuff. But if you haven't read Invincible, please do. I suggest this to anybody. Read at least 3 or 4 issues of this, and if you don't love it or at least like it, cool. Okay, then it's not for you. It's not for you. Fine. But if this is something that you love, I would love to talk to other people about this. Like, um, you know, Ed, you being a Walking Dead fan, what other things from Kirkman have you read that you've really liked?
Battle Pope that I told you
Battle-
about.
Well,
And,
yeah, thank you for that. Thank
Yep.
you for that. I love that book.
and Outcast.
I know of that one. I don't think I've ever read that one.
It's okay, but nothing that I've read by him to me was of the same quality and jaw droppness as The Walking Dead.
Hmm.
That's probably going to go down as my favorite comic series of all time. I absolutely loved reading it. I've read it so many times, and I wish they would release a compendium of the deluxe so I could read them again, because I'm not buying them all again.
Yeah.
But I'd love to read them again.
I do not blame you. And for like you said, this one for folks that aren't too big into superheroes, I would get also why this wouldn't be someone's cup of tea. But it's a really good story. Like it's not just superheroes. It's I don't know. It's a weird thing to explain. And the other books that are set in here, like we got Battle Beast, which Battle Beast just crushed. And I can't wait for that one to come back. Battle Beast is an awesome character, and that series that they're doing for him, amazing. Then we have Capes, and again, this is one of those books that I didn't know that this was like a thing. They started re-releasing it with updated art, and then I found out, oh, this was a series that they did years ago that only went 3 issues. Well, the newer one is up to issue 4 right now, set in this universe, but has like you see Omni-Man for like a second, but outside of that, it's all these new heroes and people that you've seen in the Invincible TV show. And I'm sure once I get through more Invincible, they'll probably be in this one too. But
I know this is a very broad thing, but just from reading the cover there,
Mhm.
it kind of looks like what if Peter Parker was Superman? Is
Oh,
that
you
kind
know,
of?
kind of. He does get the crap kicked out of him a lot. Uh, I don't. Yeah, maybe.
But at least down that lane.
Yeah, because I mean it's teenage superheroes. So yeah, I can.
Yeah, I seen girls acne homework. I mean, that sounded awful familiar.
Yeah, and they have teamed up before. Marvel team up number 14 or something like that. So he's teamed up. They actually just recently released a facsimile edition of the Spider-Man Invincible team up.
Well, I should probably start with that and see if it clicks a button then, because having Spidey in it throws a whole new card in there for me.
And it's really funny because in the cartoon in season 2 or 3, there's a multiverse thing going on, and he ends up in one of these verses where it's not technically Doc Ock and not technically Spider-Man, but definitely it's them. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, I love this book. Sean, have you ever read any Invincible? I don't think I've ever asked you that before.
I want to say I read like 2 issues one time, long time ago though. Mainly just to see. I think it was not long after. Really, well, I can't say that long. More of like right after, like season 1 of the show. I think I read a couple of issues, and then I just me scroll syndrome went a different direction. most of my experience with Kirkman centers around Marvel Zombies.
Oh yeah, another good one.
So that's where a lot of that comes from. I do have it on my list though, so that I can kind of check it out to see how different the flow is versus the TV show. Same thing with The Boys as well. Like I think I've read like the I think the first two issues of your volume one, and then I think we moved shortly after, so I had to put it down and never picked it back up.
Uh,
So, but just within those two issues, I was like, huh, all right. So that, I mean, like you said, it's so vastly different from the TV show, but I definitely need to pick it up and read it. Or Invincible. Sorry, get back to that. I definitely need to pick it up and read it more though, because Kirkman's, like you said, I haven't really read anything from that's not interesting. Skinbreaker being obviously the most recent thing,
yeah.
but I really want to check out his Energon universe stuff because apparently that is absolutely killer as well.
Yes, I think he took. I think his run started at issue 25 or 26 after Daniel Warren Johnson, and people have been digging it. So yeah, I need to get that one too.
And then he's got that Void Rivals thing that's out that apparently is huge. And I've not read any of it, and yet I've not heard anybody say a bad thing about it.
Yeah, I think the Void Rivals stuff ties into the Energon stuff and ties into that. Because, spoiler alert, they brought Transformers and G.I. Joe together.
Yeah, apparently Void Rivals was the kickoff for that whole thing that allowed them to do all the spinoffs that they're doing.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to check that out. There's a few of the bigger series that I want to read that I've got on my list. As we all know, of course, the big thing that I read was I went 21 issues of Something's Killing the Children to get caught back up.
Yeah.
So that was my big read over the last month, even though I did that within like a week.
I ended up getting to the issue that I had actually originally first read, and I was like, okay.
And if I remember right, your overall opinion was about what I thought it was going to be. I still love that Archer's Peak storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and reread it, but your thoughts on it when we talked about it were about what I figured it would be. I was like, he'll think it's good. It's not going to be the greatest thing you've ever read,
right?
Which is totally fine, and I get that. I totally do. Anyway, sorry. Back to Robert Kirkman. I've got a few lists that I want to talk, or a few books that I've read too. So we'll get to those when it's my turn.
Awesome.
So how many issues of freaking Invincible are there?
Dude, there is 25 trades. And I don't think that includes the spin-off stuff either.
Okay, 144.
Yeah.
Or so,
like,
give or take.
This was a 15-year run, I think.
Was it? Really?
I think 2003 to 2018.
That sounds like a lot of issues, but if it's something you really get into, you can blow through it.
Oh,
because oh my goodness, I would reread my Walking Dead over and over and over, right up until he ended it. Surprisingly, and it seems like I could blow through the whole thing in a weekend, easy.
Yeah.
So don't let that discourage anybody from trying a comic just because there's a bunch of issues, because they're mostly, for the most part, they're fast reads. And some of your comics nowadays even have pages where there's no talking and it's just interpreting from pictures.
Yeah.
So don't let that discourage anybody from trying a series.
Yeah,
they're quick reads.
Yes, because like Invincible, if you get into it, you are in that world, and before you know it, like when I originally started reading this, when I collected the trades, I went through 3 trades in like an hour or so. And that was like taking time and enjoying the art too. So like I said, I'm starting back at 1. I think I made it to issue 3 before I started reading something else. But this is going to be my big, I'm going to read it. The next book on the list, Ed, this one is all you, boss. Nectar. I've been
Oh,
hearing so many things about this.
Nectar's good, man. I was surprised by how good it was because usually when a book gets a lot of hype, it's not my thing. But I've always had like a soft spot in my heart for Vault.
Hmm.
I wanted to give it a try. It's really good. It's set in like a Victorian era horror thriller kind of thing in the early 1830s in a very familiar place, Salem, Massachusetts. Lots of people know about Salem, Massachusetts. And basically, what happens is that there's this gigantic, mesmerizing swarm of these supernatural, gorgeous butterflies that descend on the town, and everyone becomes obsessed with them because they're just gorgeous. But they don't know that they're also deadly because they like to drain blood. And when they drain blood, they release a toxin. And this is hilarious. It forces people into a uncontrollable dance, and they can't quit dancing until they die. They dance until they die. So they call it the dancing disease or something like that. I can't remember. And the whole town is trying to fight to survive once they figure out what's going on. And I like it because it's a very eerie and dread packed atmosphere that they build with these butterflies. And it just goes to show you, don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing. Just because something's beautiful doesn't mean it's not deadly. It's got me hooked. I can't wait to read the next one. I don't
That's,
want to say too much more and spoil anything, but
I got you. That's the same thing I say about my wife.
that you don't want to spoil. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, this one was one of those books that, again, people like we've had 4 or 5 weeks now where there was at least one book that just exploded. Like it's crazy. Um, and I showed the picture last week. I don't have it on here anymore, but our buddy Corey Rust got a cover from Jonathan Wayshak. I want to say is the guy's name, the artist for this. Beautiful cover. He got a beautiful cover. Um, I'm super interested to read this. I love Vault Comics. Vault is also the folks that do Barbaric,
Hmm.
and yeah, there's a lot of stuff from Vault that I want to say was it Vault that did the Nottingham series?
I thought that was Mad Cave.
It probably was Mad Cave now that I think of it, but trust me, there's a lot of stuff from Vault that's just been phenomenal. So I have high hopes for this one. I'm gonna wait till the madness dies down um, before I grab a copy. I'm going to order some stuff here in the very near future from Third Eye Comics. I got me a 15% thing from Third Eye Comics. I have got Dork third printing #1 in my cart. I have got Superman Spider Man, a certain cover in my cart. Spider Man Superman, the logo thing in my cart, and I'm going to be grabbing those books very soon. I'm going to see if they have a pre order for Nectar, like the 13th printing or whatever. Uh, yeah, you you kind of sold me on the book. I'm glad to hear that it wasn't just because I can tell you this Dork. I knew I was gonna love because I love that you know that Brett Bean art for one thing. Brett also worked on I Hate Fairyland with Scotty Young. I was a huge fan of that. So Dork #1 was actually I loved it. I can't wait to read more of that. White Sky, I'm definitely going to give another couple issues. The first issue was interesting, but it was one of those okay kind of things. Like I can wait. I can wait for any of these books to be honest with you. 50th printing reads the same as the first printing. Doesn't matter to me. Uh, the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. I liked that one. I had fun with it. With again, that was another one I just could not understand how it just took off like it did. But it's a good thing to hear at the same time because it's I'm hoping it's more that people are excited for the book and not because they can flip it for money. I'm hoping it really is. People are excited.
You know, the interesting thing about what you were just talking about, and we kind of talked about it a little bit last week with the speculations, is not even Robbie or Dan know who's driving up the prices. And for them to not know who's doing it, how the hell are these people finding out to go buy these things? Or is it just like a group of a few people that are doing it to run up prices? Because they don't even know who's pushing up and who's doing all the hype for the stuff because they haven't heard of it. And I thought for sure Dan would know.
It's crazy.
It is.
Speaking of Robbie,
it's going to kill comics if they keep doing it because you're not even going to be able to buy a #1.
True. Yeah. What's that, Sean?
The funny thing is, Robbie's a complete 180 from Ed on this book. He hates it.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me because, never mind. I love Robbie to death, but him and I don't agree on horror a lot of times.
Yeah, he like his words were it sucked.
Well, it can suck me anytime it wants because I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's the great thing about comics, because there are books that I was for sure when I liked it and introduced them to people that people were going to like it as much as I did. And no, and that's fine because it's like, okay, well, it's not your thing. Awesome, it's mine. And there have been books that people have shown me that they really dug, and they just wasn't for me. Like we talked about Mark Spears last week. Yep. And again,
there has been a book I've shown Jay that I absolutely am over the moon about, that he's just like, yeah.
Well,
it's like it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, Jay, this will mean more to you than it will most people. This is an Ed book.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah, it's an Ed book.
This is an Ed book. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely into it. Like I was waiting to hear, I'm always going to read stuff for myself, but I wanted to hear that from at least someone that it's not just a hype book, that it's actually somebody enjoyed it. That's the main thing I wanted to hear.
As much as I enjoyed this one, though, it wasn't my favorite comic of the week, but it's good. It's a good read. If you like horror, and if you like Salem, Massachusetts lore, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Stephen King is obsessed with that part of the country. Yeah. Most of his stories are written in that part of the country. And, the Salem witch trials and all that good stuff. Even the Headless Horseman isn't too far from there. So it's that kind of feel. So you got to remember, this is 1800s. So, yeah, it doesn't have any, like, sci-fi stuff or anything like that in it. But if you like good old-fashioned, horror-type Stephen King stories, I think you'll dig this book. And I like the art in it, too.
Speaking of Headless Horseman, I'm like 3 issues behind on the Sleepy Hollow book, and I really enjoyed the first issue. So,
oh yeah, they're good.
I need to get back on that one.
Have you ever read Dan's?
No,
on that?
No, not yet.
I'll have to send that to you sometime.
So, next one that kind of surprised me: Predator Bloodshed. I read this. I really dug that first issue. I really dug this one. It's weird because I'm also reading Final Boss, and it kind of has that same feel to it. It's these fighters going to an island to fight for rich people. And this is a book that I can't see it. Okay, so there is a parental advisory, because I didn't realize that this one was going to be get as brutal as it did. And it's like the first, I think, 3 pages in, like Predator tears some people up. Now, without going too spoilery into this one, I will say this: the fighters meet the Predator in the first issue. So it's not a long drug out, they don't know what's happening or who's doing this kind of thing. It happens in the first issue. This was like a lot of Marvel stuff I'm reading nowadays. I've noticed I'm gravitating more towards books like this, the Predator books, the Predator versus Spider-Man, the Punisher Red Band. I've noticed that I'm just really digging. I don't know. Maybe it's like scratching the violent itch in me or something. I don't know. But this book took me by surprise. I dug it. There are things about it though that's like really, you really got to stretch the imagination. But very brutal book, very brutal opening issue. I cannot wait for more of this one.
You know I love you, Jay. You know I love you, right?
Mhm.
But I got to pick on you. What part of this title, Predator Bloodshed, made you surprised that it was bloody and gory inside?
Because it's a Marvel book.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's Predator Bloodshed, and he was surprised by the blood.
Like
Okay.
if it was any other company, probably not. But I've noticed more and more.
I just noticed the Marvel down there. I didn't know it was Marvel either. I was just looking at the 20th century.
Yeah, Marvel's getting kind of, they're not turning it into like, it's not baby stuff.
No. Now, when you say Bloodshed or whatever you want to call it, is it as good as the Spider-Man one was? Was it?
I think it has the potential to be, but with it being only a first issue, I don't know just yet.
Well, I meant just by like the bloodshed.
Oh,
like
I had
Spidey.
Okay. Like there's people getting. One of my favorite decapitations. I know that's weird to say. One of my favorite kinds of decapitations is not when they do it at the neck. It's one where they get the person in the mouth, or it's like a part of the head, like that. And that happens in this book quite a bit. Like there are people that get torn to shreds in this book, and I couldn't believe I was reading something that didn't have red band on it when I read this.
I think you're the first person in my 50 plus years on this earth that has ever said my favorite decapitation is. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase before.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm just like the first time I saw it for me was the first Final Destination movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, that was so cool!" Like that was,
man. What about Perseus and Medusa? Come on, man. That was a good one.
It was, but there's just something about like, and ever since I saw it done in Final Destination, then I saw it in like Wrong Turn, and then a bunch of other movies have done the decapitation at the mouth. I guess.
Did you ever see Ghost Ship?
Yeah,
that has one of the coolest scenes with the anchor chain.
Oh yes,
dude! When that happened, I was like, "Holy hell, am I going to love this movie?"
Yes, and then the Mudvayne video for Not Falling.
Oh yes,
had that. Oh, it was perfection. But going back to this real fast, folks, I know there's a lot of people that they're not high on a lot of stuff Marvel does. I think people should give this a chance, especially if you're a Predator fan. I know that they've been doing a lot with Predator versus Spider-Man, which was fantastic. The Wolverine one, the Black Panther one, the Kills the Marvel Universe one. This one is really good. I really enjoyed this, and I actually can't wait to see where they take this story. Because like I said, into this issue, the fighters know that the Predator exists. So they're jumping right into that. So
and I will stand firmly behind Predator Spider-Man.
Oh.
Excellent series. I absolutely loved it. Everything they did about it was perfection. I loved it. Yes. And I was actually pleasantly surprised because I've been so disappointed with Marvel's writing for the last many years when it comes to their main heroes. But there's something about these little spin-off series that they pay attention to, because Predator Spider-Man was fan-damn-tastic. And if you're saying this one's anything like that one, I'll definitely be checking this one out because I love that series.
Yeah, like it has the potential to be that good, but like I said, it's. I'm gonna give it another issue or two before I completely fall in love with it. But I had a ton of fun reading the first issue. So
the Spider-Man one wasn't red band either.
No,
that was crazy gore.
Yes.
So maybe they're going to start a new trend of that's just going to be the thing with Predator or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they did do a red band of those? Holy hell, what would be in there?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of red band, kind of. Beneath the trees where nobody sees, Rite of Spring. This was the final issue in this series. There's no way they stop here. No way at all.
I haven't read this one yet, so be nice, please.
Oh my goodness. This one is animals doing people things, and it's the worst thing the people can do.
I need to read issue 6. I'm still stuck on that little cliffhanger. I haven't got a chance to read it yet.
Yeah. I will put it to you like this, Ed. The book did 2 things for me after the ending in issue 5. It felt a little flat, but after I read it and digested it more, it makes perfect sense how the book ends. And it's a very appropriate ending, leaving it open for a volume 3.
Nice.
Because they don't have to go, I will say it this way, they don't have to go the direction of 10, 15 years down the road, we catch up with the main character and see what she's doing. There's a lot that they can do with how they left it open.
I love Sam. I can't even tell you how much I love that Sam character.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
to see her and Lex Luthor was just hilarious.
I needed more of that too.
Oh, God, yeah. I'd read a whole freaking novel about them, too.
Yeah.
well, ironically, I also wanted more of Joker and Annabelle.
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
I don't know why,
ridiculous.
but I really would have been interested to see how that goes.
And I wanted a hell of a lot more of Superman Homelander. That was way too short.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope they do some of that in the future. But
this book was
it's so good. Like,
yeah.
Was,
don't get it wrong, folks. It looks adorable on the cover, and that's how the book looks. This is one of the craziest serial killer stories you will ever read.
Yeah.
It's so well written.
It really is. And
Jason got nothing on Sam. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I was amazed though by issue 5 that
yes.
they went the way that they went.
Oh, I know, right? That's why I've been dying to read this one. I forgot it came out this week.
I was like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, the fact that she had put that much forethought into getting caught.
All right, you guys, calm down.
And here's what I'll say, folks who've never read this book. You do not root for this character at all. At all. Like, there is, especially in this second series, when you see who she first started on, any sympathy you would have for this character is gone. It was gone. When I read that, when I saw that, I was like, nope. This character is evil. She could have fought Homelander for all I care. Like, the two of them could have fought each other.
I'm one twisted SOB because I love Sam.
Yeah. Oh, love her, but no.
Yes. She better never die. I love her. And I would love to see more spin-offs with her. They could be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I said the way this ends, it's they don't leave it to where they have to drive the story in one direction for a volume 3. There's a lot of directions they can go.
What was the first volume called? Was it just Beneath the Trees, or was there a subtitle?
It was Beneath the Trees where nobody sees.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if there was a subtitle or not.
That first one, I think we read it for Minute to Skim It, and Kyle was the one who read it. Kyle loved it right off the bat. And Patrick Horvath, the writer of this one, he's done a couple of other very interesting books that I've been a fan of. So I was late to the party on this one, but when I read the first series, I read all of them in one go.
Same.
And I was like, holy crap, this story is so good. It's much better than it should be. Like, it shouldn't be as good. Like, it's weird to say stuff like that, but it just feels like it shouldn't be this good, but damn, it's really good.
Yeah, I came across it on League. of Comic Geeks. And that's where I first became aware of it, but I didn't read it right away. But then when I started hearing some talk about it, I did the same thing you did. I read them all in like one day.
Yeah, mine was Robbie on the weekly review. Anytime an issue come out, he'd rave about it. And then Jay was like, bro, you really do have to read it. So it was slow at work one night. I'm like, all right, I'll read it. And it was like, if I remember right, it was like 2 weeks before I was going to do my best of whatever that year was. And I read the whole thing in one go. And I'm like, you're going on the list.
You just made the list.
You know what happens when you make a really good comic? Huh? Do you?
Awesome.
So, yeah.
We talked about Sam crossing over into the DC KO stuff with the boss battle book. So the next book is the 5th and final issue of DC KO. I will say this. The first 4 issues for me, they could have really dropped the ball with this. But they did it in a way that the pacing was fantastic. I've even read the tie-ins, the KO fights or whatever outside of it that tied in. Night Fight, I'm a issue or 2 behind on that one, but that one tied into KO. I think this was fine, the ending, but I kind of didn't want them to do what they ended up doing with it. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read this. I liked this book. Do not get me wrong. I don't want to make it sound like I wasn't let down, but something that I was hoping wasn't going to happen ended up happening. But it was still a good read. But I was kind of hoping that it went in another direction. Again, not mad that I read it, not mad what they did with it. I think Scott Snyder has a very good grasp on writing pretty much any genre. All his stuff is amazing. I am not like, the art doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other folks. Like, I thought the art was fine. Yeah, outside of that, it was. I know that the thing is, it's going to lead into newer stories, like even bigger than this. I think this event is setting up something bigger. So that's my thoughts on it. Sean, how about you, man?
So, really, the art for me was actually the standout part of the book because I thought there were a few pages that were pretty spectacular. It's not a spoiler thing, but it's the one where it's Superman's face that's basically about almost the size of the page with all of the different images going around in his mind. I thought that was pretty brilliant. This book was confusing. They were trying to stuff a lot of information, it feels like, into this issue to close it out, and it got a little convoluted for me. And I will preface this with I haven't read the entire run, but there's still a mild understanding based on the other things that I've peeked at. But it was a very confusing thing, and again, without spoiling it, like Jay said, it went a direction he hoped it didn't go. For me, it went in a too predictable of a direction with what they chose. And while I love the person, I do wish that they would have done something just a little bit different. That said, I'm very curious what Scott is trying to set up here because this was a pretty big undertaking with the tie-ins and everything.
Yeah. And for me, unlike, again, I don't want to rag or dog on Marvel, but a lot of Marvel tie-ins kind of feel like you didn't really need them. Most of the stuff that tied in with this had repercussions in the story. So take that as you may. Ed, have you been able to read any of these? Have you read any of
No,
them?
I haven't got into these. Nope.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
No, all good. But if you do, just know it's a great story. Okay, it is great. It's just again, I wish they would have went a little bit in a different direction. Is all.
Oddly enough, for me, I feel like I will like this more if they ever decide to do it as a movie.
Oh yeah, this would be an awesome movie.
Yeah, just like if it, and I realize that's kind of a shitty way to put it, but that it really feels like is well thought out and everything as it was. I feel like as a movie, this is better than it is on the pages.
I can see that.
But that said, if for anybody,
Animated movie or real life movie?
I think animated would do this better justice because of the spectacle.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love DC's animated stuff. That's
yeah,
why I'm
and that too because they got their stuff together with that. Live action trying to undertake what's going on with this movie would be hard.
yeah.
So I think as an animated feature, you could really nail this, and it would be pretty epic. I mean, you could probably make this almost like Crisis, and ironically, is come. Oh shit, no, because that would spoil it, wouldn't it, Jay?
Probably.
I have a feeling on what the next event might be called.
I thought it was next level. I thought it was a next level thing.
Right, but that's the universe. Like I'm talking about, like I wonder if the next event is going to be like Absolute Crisis.
Probably, honestly.
You know, something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where I know a lot of people loved it. It didn't land with me as heavily as I thought it would. That said, it's still worth a read because it is just because of the scope of everything.
Yeah. 100%, man. I agree with you completely. So the next book is another Only Ed.
Oh, this is my book of the week.
I've
Yeah.
never even heard of this book.
This is my book of the week. I absolutely love this book. This is such an Ed book. It couldn't be a more Ed book if it tried. Basically, you got this character Michael, who's a veteran numisticist or numaticist or however you pronounce it, coin expert. They like putting that word in there a lot, but he's a coin expert. So he takes like this overnight job grading coins at this security shop, and it's all boring and nothing's going on until he comes across a cursed coin called the Devil's Mint, oddly enough. And this coin it's tied to like a really dark history of like murder and betrayal and stuff like that. And the more that he handles it, he becomes obsessed with it, and it starts to warp his reality. Like the shop he's working in transforms. He starts seeing like these ghostly apparitions. And the more he handles it, he's forced to relive the coin's horrific past. So he's reliving everything that the coin has seen, caused, and done. And with each transaction that he does, it like feeds whatever this malevolent force is with this curse. And what's really cool is that he finally realized that in this case, he's not grading a coin, he's being judged. And I'm not going to say anything more, but oh, it's so good. If you love horror and stuff like that, it's kind of like a if you like Scrooge, that kind of thing, but to a whole new level. Oh my God, it's so good. I love this book.
Yeah, and this company is one that Jenna actually talks
Afterlife.
about a lot. Yeah, she's a huge fan. She's been following them on TikTok forever. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna post a link in the chat if you want to check out their books over there. Explore Independent Horror Comics. They have some really interesting books. Like there's a lot of them on here that Wendigo Wood looks interesting.
independent horror is the way to go if you like horror, folks. I'm hooked on it. I've been a horror fan my entire life, and I just am so obsessed with indie horror now. It's pretty much the only thing I collect anymore.
Yes, definitely. I definitely want to check this one out too because, again, I'm a horror fan as well, and there's something about like there's another book. I want to say it was Zdarsky, Silver Coin, or at least he wrote part of this.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one I really enjoyed. So something about cursed coins I dig. I don't know what it is.
Got a sign number 1 of that one.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So
I should have did all my books
Yeah.
I read to you so we could show them. I didn't.
So it talked about kind of like the little bit of the brutality in the Predator bloodshed one. Now I'm going to talk about a book that I wasn't expecting what I saw on the last 2 pages. Absolute Superman number 17. So in number 16, not only do we meet Absolute Hawkman and then Absolute Parasite near the end, we meet their version of Lex Luthor near the end. This Lex is a family man. It looks like he lives in Smallville himself. He's out back having a barbecue, and Brainiac shows up at the end of that issue. So the beginning of this issue is Hawkman and Superman fighting Parasite. Parasite has all these people trapped. Like it I think somebody, I can't remember if it's Jimmy or if it's Lois, somebody gets trapped by Parasite, but hearing Superman's hopeful words, they get released. So Superman decides that's how he's going to defeat Parasite. Not going to get too much into that. Now, there's a little bit of body horror stuff with that, but it's the end of this book. If you have not been reading Absolute Superman, this book has been fantastic. I cannot believe how much I like this book. I mean, again, I'm a Superman shill. Everybody knows that. But this Absolute Superman is such a fresh take, but still proves that Superman is good. Like that's doesn't matter if you put him in another universe like this, he will always try to do the right thing. But the end of this book, man, when you see what Brainiac does to Lex and the people that were at his house in the last issue, very bold. It was very like horror. It was horrible. Like what happens to the folks there, it's horrible. And I was just like, it shocked me. I wasn't expecting to see that in a Superman book. But damn if I'm not even more excited for the next issue. It almost feels like Brainiac is trying to like drive Lex insane. And when you read this issue and see those panels and see what happens with Lex and his friends and family, that might be happening. That might have pushed because I can't, I don't want to spoil it, but folks, just if you haven't been reading Absolute Superman, I strongly, I know that Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman are kind of like the big ones. Absolute Superman, this run has been fantastic, and I cannot wait for the next issue. Like this is one that as soon as it drops, I make sure that I read it that day. Outside of the number ones, Sean, have you read any of the Absolute stuff?
Mostly just Batman. I think I got 3 issues in on Absolute Superman, and then again just kind of dropped off when I just stopped readings. And then the last half of last year, I think I picked up more on indie stuff, and now I'm getting kind of back into DC and whatnot. So I've picked up that hardcover for Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern #1. So I'll check that out and see what I think of it and whatnot. And then I figure my undertaking, you're doing Invincible. My undertaking will be just to pick an Absolute book and just go volume by volume. Not necessarily read all the volumes of one at one time, but like, all the volume ones, and then just come back, go through the volume twos. That'll be kind of my huge undertaking.
Yeah, and I need to read Absolute Evil because I didn't read that one. And apparently, the Green Arrow in that gets killed, but we are getting an Absolute Green Arrow who
And
has a bow made out of machetes.
Yes, that's so crazy.
So I have my theories on that. Either it's Roy or it's Spectre Green Arrow come back. But the fact that they're turning it into a gritty urban horror for Green Arrow and just the way that character looks,
Yeah,
I'm already down for that.
Yep,
already down for it.
100%.
So we will talk about the next book once Ed gets back. So I'm going to skip to 30 Days of Night Falling Sun. It's by Rodney Barnes. And folks, if you haven't read anything by Rodney Barnes, this is another man who knows horror. Crownsville has been fantastic. Philadelphia, I need to read more of that because I loved that. Sean's the one who picked that up first and told me about it. But 30 Days a Night, this one was part of that IDW free comic book day where they did the like a bunch of stories in a single issue. This was great. And I have a 30 Days a Night. I can't remember the name of the volume right now. It had that weird scratchy art, which doesn't bother me, but the art was kind of weird. This was completely different art. But this is a brutal book. If I remember correctly, it kind of feels like this takes place 20 years after the original events that happened in Barlow, Alaska. Alaska, I think, is where they're at. Barlow, Alaska. And this is shaping up to just be phenomenal. Like, I only read the first issue. In fact, I think I read this one today. But I knew when I read the little sampler thing that I was gonna like it. But I dig the art. It's a brutal story. If y'all never seen 30 Days of Night the movie, which there's only one, there's not a sequel at all. Don't even bother looking for a sequel because there is a sequel and it's terrible. But the original one with Josh Hartnett was fantastic. Big fan of it. Steve Niles, who wrote a lot of the 30 Days of Night stuff, was contributed to this one too. I can't remember what exactly he did, but I need to read more of those, and I need to find the one that Dan Wickline wrote on because I know Dan has written some of the 30 Days of Night stuff as well. But if you like vampires, if you like horror, if you like just people getting heads ripped off and ripped in half, this is 100% one you should check out. I really enjoyed this one. I can't wait to dive more into it. And like I said, Rodney Barnes is fantastic at horror. He's that writer for me that, much like Kyle Starks and a bunch of other ones, if I see Rodney's name on something, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. Eventually, one of these days, I'll get back up to Baltimore, get a chance to meet him properly. He was there at Baltimore when Jen and I went to help out Kyle but we were all so busy that I didn't get to meet him. So hopefully that'll happen soon. But yeah, that's 30 Days a Night, folks. Fallen Sun. It's really good.
Oh, I see how this goes. I step away for a second. You do a horror book on me. Shame on you.
I skipped a book because you were gone.
How good is this one? Good.
Oh, I love, dude. It's so good. Like, so I talked about the one that I have. I have a volume. I can't remember the name of the volume. I think it's like the Nightmare Begins or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one where the art kind of, again, not an art snob, but the art is the best. But I still enjoyed the story, even though it pissed me off. Oh my god, that book made me so mad. It made me so mad. It was so good, but it made me so freaking mad. This one, definitely like the art a lot more, but it's 30 Days a Night. It's very gory. It's very, hey, this person's in my way. I'm going to rip them in half at the shoulders. Like, oh, yeah. I really like this first one.
Did you read any of Dan's?
No, I was talking about that. I need to go back and find the one that Dan did because I don't remember the name of it.
Spreading the Disease.
Spreading the Disease. Yep. Okay. That one is definitely going to get read.
Oh yeah, that's a great read. And folks, I recommend Dan's writing to anybody. He does comics. He's done a lot of stuff for Xenoscope. He's got books. He's got this new project coming out that he's all excited about. Check him out at danwickline.com.
I know he's got the Obsidian Moon stuff.
That's what I couldn't remember the name of it.
The problem is I haven't gotten an email from him with that stuff. I wanted to.
He's trying to wait until he gets to 1,000.
That's right.
And he hasn't been promoting it because he promised he wouldn't flood people's inboxes. So he's waiting until he has 1,000 people on his mailing list before he starts using it. But he might start. He mentioned last week that he might, once in a while, just send us an update. But he's really hoping to hit that 1,000 number on his mailing list.
Well, then, just for now, folks, danwickline.com. Post that in the chat there.
I'm not seeing the chat. Do you have that thing turned off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's no big deal. You can leave it off. I don't care. If anybody said hi. I can't see the chat.
No, there's actually nobody here.
Oh, okay. Well, hey Jay. Hey Sean.
It's all right. People who watch on the rewind doesn't bother me at all.
That means we can do it naked. All right, let's go. No.
I already am.
Oh.
Speaking of not naked at all, since I skipped this one, Narco.
Oh, such a good book.
Narco was another one. It was another one that kind of, this one though I understood. If you've read anything else by Doug, I really dug it, but I like a lot of Doug Wagner stuff. Like Plastic is crazy. There's Vinyl. There's another one he did that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but it's kind of like all in the same kind of verse.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was fantastic, and that ending page hooked me so much. This one hooked me. I was just like, what is going on? So the reason it's called Narco, and this isn't too big of a spoiler, is our main character has narcolepsy, and if his heart rate goes above a certain amount, I think it's like 120 or something.
No, I think it's about 200. If he hits 200, he passes out.
If he gets super excited,
he passes out. So, y'all, this is just
it's such a good book.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody either. But basically, he witnesses a murder and because it's so shocking, he passes out. Well, then he becomes the number one suspect. So his whole life, he's lived like a hermit because of his problem that he has. He tries to avoid any kind of chaos or problems. So it forces him to come out of his apartment and do some investigating. And wow, the stuff he wow, it's good. Read it.
Yeah. Like
I didn't spoil anything, right? I just gave it.
No.
Okay.
No, but it's. I'll go a little bit, and it's like not spoilery at all, but I'll go a little bit into it. So this guy has a group of friends that he hangs out with, and apparently he's been eyeballing this waitress there for like 2 years, and basically she asked him on a date. She's like, "I'm not taking no for an answer. This is what's happening. Whatever." Well, this woman also has like an abusive, or I don't know if he's abusive, but they made him seem like abusive ex-boyfriend that won't let her go. And our main character, Marcus, I think is his name. Our main character decides to call the cops, and like the ex-boyfriend can hear him talking through the door. So he starts, yelling at him and whatever, and he passes out. But the way when he goes to pass out, how the panel gets like all dreamy, like reminds me of Wayne's World. Yeah, I can't.
I can't wait for number 2.
Yeah, this was my pick of the week.
Yeah, and Sean, like I said, man, if you've never read any of the other stuff by Doug, check it out, because Plastic is about like this dude who's a killer that marries a basically rubber woman and like murders anybody who like looks at her or anything like that. Like it's crazy. And Doug is such a chill, nice dude. We've had him on the Experience quite a few times talking about this stuff. I haven't gotten too far into Plastic. Oh, I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer was the other book that he did. I haven't read that one. That's the one that I haven't read yet. But yeah, he does some wild books, and this one looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. So I cannot wait for number 2 of this.
I love the Pop-Tart shoved in his mouth.
Yeah.
And the Pop-Tarts raining all around him.
Yes.
Oh, this is a good book, people. Give it a try.
Yes, and this is one where it's like, okay, I kind of get the hype for this one, especially after reading it. I really do.
So is this another $50 book too? Then
I haven't even checked. I don't even pay attention.
Oh well, you said it was hyped. I'm like, great.
Yeah,
that's got to stop. Somebody's got to put a stop to that. It's going to kill comics. You're never going to get any new readers.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to pay $50, including myself, for a book that they don't even know if they're going to like.
Hell no. I'm at that point, dude. I'll just wait for the trade.
Yep.
I'll just trade wait.
Or read the PDF online.
Yep. 100%. So the last book I have to talk about was because, and I'll tell this story here before I go to the book. So, kicking it with Henri on a Tuesday night, I asked Henri, I said, hey, man, have you, like, he was talking about some of the stuff he was reading. I said, hey, have you checked out World's Finest number 48? And he goes, no. I was like, dude, we started collecting the World's Finest stuff, but fell off. But I want to say it was Rich and Des on the Geek Chat. They talked about World's Finest 48, and what that was is it was its own like kind of self-contained story where it was set on Earth 3, and you have the crime syndicate, and it was an Owlman Ultraman book that is going to last at least another issue or two. I'm not sure. I said, dude, read it. I was like, it was so good. It was so good that I was like, I wonder if the issue before had anything to do with it. And it didn't. The issue before it was two fusion characters. There was Batman and Superman fused together with a dope costume. Like, the costume was super dope. And then there was a Lex and Joker fused together that looked wild. So I was like, you know what? Man, I'm going to end up having to start reading World's Finest again. I told Henri this, and Henri put on Facebook, "Damn you, Jay Burns." And I was like, man, I hope that means that you at least dug it. He goes, not only did I dig it, I went to 2 stores to collect the entire series.
Nice.
I was like, awesome, man. That's fantastic. So he's been talking about the new Iron Man book, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to read Iron Man.
Read this couple weeks ago.
It's been a while for me since I read an Iron Man book, but gotta say, Henri knows how to pick them. I need to get I need to read the second issue, but so far I really enjoyed this first one. This really felt like just a fun book. Like Tony Stark's not tied to anyone, he's not married to anyone. He's got that swagger to him. I really enjoyed this one. So I gotta tell Henri, you like I'm an Iron Man fan. I am, but there's a lot of stuff that I haven't read, and it's mainly because for a while Marvel just wasn't doing it for me. They're starting to pull me back with some of their stuff. Like I don't think I'm ever really going to get into things like X-Men, um, and that's only because I love the cartoon, but like individual characters I get into. X-Men books themselves, I don't know. It's just I don't know. They're not for me. But this Iron Man series, yeah, I'm digging this one. Like if you want to read an Iron Man book that if you're a fan of the movies, I'll put it this way: if you're a fan of the movies and you want to read a book that's close to how Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark was in the movie, this is one. Because I don't know about because Sean, you said you read it. I don't know if you felt like that, but it felt to me like I heard Robert Downey Jr.'s voice when this guy talks.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The same way. The funny thing is from what I can remember reading, because it's been a couple weeks, it felt like a long issue, even though it's a regular length comic. But for whatever reason, it felt like a long issue. The pacing was a little odd, but it was a good read.
Yeah. I think this is going to be one that I keep tabs on. You know, I still need to go back and read Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk run, but I'm adding Iron Man to my read list. Just like I need to read the newer Punisher that came out after the Punisher Red Band, because that Punisher Red Band was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I read that Punisher #1.
Yeah, I need to read that. The Cap run from Zdarsky has been terrific. Like again, y'all, I like Cap, but Cap to me has always been a Cap is in this book with other people. Zdarsky has made me a bigger Cap fan with his run. Like that run so far has been really good. Like I can't wait. I've been saying it for a while, folks. This comics for the end of 2024 or no, the end of 2025. There's every company so far that I've been liking, and for a while that wasn't the case. There was a long while there just wasn't anything from Marvel that was doing it for me. There was, I think, Death Metal went on for far too long. But it just feels like DC and everybody is kind of DC more than Marvel right now, but Marvel's been surprising me with some stuff. Like I've been enjoying a lot more Marvel than I have, and it's not. Trust me, if you saw our collection, it's not that I'm not a Marvel fan. Because a lot of our books are Marvel trades, but it's older stuff. Like there was something Marvel just hit different 10, 15 years ago. And that, that's one of those things people say, you're those people, I wish it was like it used to be. And it's not exactly that, but at the same time it is. I want the quality of writing to be like it was back then. Like new characters don't bother me. It's nothing about that. It's I want the quality to be there. And the things that were on my list today that you saw, the ones that I talked about, for me the quality was there. And like I said, the Chip Zdarsky run of Cap, we're gonna talk about that freaking Predator Spider-Man for forever now because that book was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all the books
I think that was a fair assessment that you made of Marvel from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that both Marvel and DC, I think this is just me speculating. I don't know jack shit about it. I think they got a little over focused on the movies and were kind of less focused on the comics because their comics for their main heroes was basically just retelling stuff we've already read before. And that's what just ticked me off. That and that they would do these new number ones every other week, so you couldn't, which Spider-Man was what, and I just got so frustrated that I'm a pure indie guy now, and really the first Marvel book I've read and enjoyed was the Predator Spider-Man. That's the first one in a long time.
Yeah, and I think you really hit the nail on the head earlier when you said you wished that they would pay the same care that they do to these spin-offs to their main things. Because
Yep.
Again, like there's certain characters Marvel has I don't care for. Like Riri Williams, I always thought that character should have ended up being a villain because it felt like a villain to me. America Chavez, I like her in the Doctor Strange movie. Not a big fan of her comics. Kamala, I love the actress that portrays her in the movies. I think she is a comic fan who loves what she does, and you can tell. And her character was the best part about the Marvels movie. But that's a character that in the comics you're tired of her. Other people have said that too. They're like, she went from being an inhuman to a mutant. Now in some books she's the president. So it's like, Rich says it best. Stop trying to make Kamala a thing, right?
Oh, they did the same kind of thing with Namor. I mean, they tried everything in the world to get people interested in his stuff. They claimed he was the first mutant. They kept changing his outfit, and for some reason, both Namor and until just recently Aquaman were both kind of like the laughing stocks of the. And it's like, well, I guess if you have to be underwater for the whole story, but Namor wasn't like that. But for whatever reason, he never really took off. And the only ones that I know of that did really, really well was that what was it? Submariner and Iron Man that was out in the 60s. I think that was the name of it. That was good, but for some reason he just never took off.
I think on the art show one day, because that's like Nick's boy. Nick loves him and Flash. Like those are two of Nick's favorites. I'm gonna ask him, what is it about Namor?
Yeah.
That does it for you? Because it's just like people who are huge Aquaman fans. I was like, look, Aquaman for me is like, it's cool when he's in a team up book, but there are people out there that just like Aquaman's the best character ever.
I can even remember as a kid watching the Super Friends, wondering why is there an Aquaman? All he does is to fish. So if whatever they're fighting, which was funny because every episode found a way to get you underwater somehow so that he could be relevant, but he was just always like that redheaded stepchild. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same way with Namor with the old cartoons. When any of the other ones, Iron Man or Spidey or Hulk or Thor came on, I was excited. When it was Submariner's cartoon, I was kind of like, okay, I'll watch it. But I was never excited, even as a kid.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, there's one thing I wish they would have done the whole time that Momoa was Aquaman. So there was an episode of The Big Bang Theory where they went into Justice League, right? And
Aquaman sucks.
Raj ended up being Aquaman, and I was like, I wanted them to do another episode where they all dressed up like Aquaman, Jason Momoa's Aquaman. And they had an argument about it, like.
The best part was when he volunteered to be Wonder Woman if Penny would be Aquaman. He didn't want to be Aquaman that bad. But I don't blame him because the costume had him in a freaking circle thing with a horse. What are those called? A horsefish or something? Whatever they're called.
Seahorses.
Seahorse. I couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
Riding a seahorse. Like, it's ridiculous.
Sucks.
See, so there was something
Horsefish. That was awesome.
close enough.
Horsefish. I know something like that.
So, folks, also going on right now from the awesome and twisted mind of Garrett Gunn in some of his Miss Fables, I think is what they call that little section. He has Red Ronin, but he's also right now on Kickstarter, Giant Killer Jack. Part of that little universe that Garrett does with the Miss Fable. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. Hold on just a second. He's getting like hands getting antsy out here. So
Is it still raining cats and dogs down there?
Yeah, sounds like it's done now.
yeah.
I was going to say, he wouldn't want to go out very long if it was still raining like it was when you started. When I first logged in, it sounded like you were at Niagara Falls. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard.
It was peaceful.
Yeah. All right, so we talked about that stuff. We talked about the trailers. I think, folks, now it is time for me to talk about the book that was on the list. And this is Watchmen. I almost thought I had the wrong book at first because Doomsday Clock had a very similar cover to this. I've never read Watchmen before, folks. I've watched the movie several times. I'm a fan of the movie. I have some before Watchmen Rorschach books that I really dug. This is my first time reading Watchmen. I didn't realize it was only 12 issues. I thought this was like some huge thing. I didn't know that it was only these 12 issues. So I got to the first 2 issues because we've been moving. So I hadn't been able to read, sit down and just read through it. But I got to say, people talk about how this is like a 1-to-1 to the movie. I don't think it is, but I think it's very close. I enjoyed it. We start out with the murder of Edward Blake, also known as the comedian, and it kind of plays out a little bit like it does in the movie, but it feels like certain things are out of order. So basically, this is an alternate timeline where superheroes exist, and they've kind of been used to fight in wars, and certain wars that we actually lost in reality. In this reality, we won. Biggest thing being because we have Dr. Manhattan. And Dr. Manhattan is a character that I was just like, this guy, hearing people talk about how Superman is overpowered, this dude could rearrange your molecules with a thought. Like, this dude could shape reality to however he wants it. And I don't know, like, I was just like, this is a character that's a little too powerful. How do people deal with him? I guess it's a good thing he's somewhat a hero. He doesn't really seem to care too much about humanity anymore, which is pretty much on par with how he was in the movie. But there was, again, I've only been through 2 issues. I will continue reading this. I do really, really like it so far. And again, I know I'm not supposed to like Rorschach. Rorschach is supposed to be what's the word I'm trying to find out when talking about Rorschach? Like right-wing nut job, I think is kind of how they portray him, or at least that's how it feels like they're trying to be with him. This is from like the 80s, so there's a lot of stuff that I couldn't. I just was like, wow, they had this in. Oh, hold on. He's ready to. He's ready to go outside, so he's crying.
Oh, God, I thought he got hurt.
No, he does that all the time because he's like, oh, I'm ready to go outside. So instead of being like a normal dog, I'm going to scream at you. But yeah, this stuff that happened in this book, I didn't know like that there was a book like this back then. Like, I was very surprised to say the least. Again, this one's hard to explain without reading more into it. But again, I don't think it's the 1-to-1 ratio that people say that it is to the movie. But maybe the more I read, maybe I'll see it. But like, has anybody else read The Watchmen?
Not I.
No.
Oh.
Crap, there I am. I accidentally muted myself.
Oh.
No, I have not.
Okay. Yeah, this one is very much like, it almost feels like it could almost be a precursor to The Boys, except for there are heroes that are good in it. But this is like, the comedian is not a good person. He's a superhero, quote unquote, but he's not a good dude. Like, how he's portrayed in the movie is pretty much how he is in this book, at least in the flashbacks that you see of him. Killing a woman who got pregnant, almost forcing himself on another hero, but he gets caught. Just not a good person at all. And there's a line in the movie, and it's also in here, and it's like a big part of people spray painting who watches The Watchmen. And it kind of it delves into that, who polices the heroes when the heroes have villainous tendencies. Like, what do you do? Who do you send after the good guys when the good guys aren't the good guys anymore?
Sounds like Civil Wars.
How many Civil Wars? All of them.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna read.
You know, I've never even made it through this movie. I went and saw it at the theater, not having a clue what it was, and for me anyway, they did such a poor job of telling you what was going on. And then I saw the dude that was a complete and total Batman knockoff. I mean, he looked exactly like Batman.
Night Owl.
And then when the big blue nightmare appeared, I was like, I'm out, and I I left the theater and went and watched something else. I don't even remember what it was, but I didn't even realize that was a comic. I really did, because I never really followed. Who published this?
I want to say that this is DC. This was.
I was going to say, because I thought it was DC, but I wasn't sure because I wasn't really a DC person.
And I want to say this is Alan Moore book. I want to say that's who did Watchmen. It was Alan Moore. But we're basically getting the story being told by Rorschach, where he's having or he's doing like journal entries, and he's reading his journal entries off, and like I said, it's an alternate 1985, 86, and this all stems from him. Basically, everybody thinks he's a conspiracy nut job. Okay, he thinks that just because the comedian was killed, that there's somebody exclusively targeting Cape superheroes.
And only caped ones?
Well, capes, whatever they call them.
That's kind of funny.
Targeting superheroes. And
yeah, that sounds like The Boys.
Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be one that I continue reading because it is only 12 issues. Most of my knowledge, like I said, is from the movie that I watched first. I'm a big fan of the movie before I knew it was a comic, just because it was unlike any superhero movie at the time that I'd ever seen. And I think Jackie Earle Haley was phenomenal as Rorschach. There's a scene in that movie where he's sent to prison, and he basically kicks the crap out of these dudes in a line. And when they're hauling him away, he says one of like the most unforgettable quotes of that movie. It's, "What you fail to realize is I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." Such a badass line. Such a badass line. Like Jackie Earle Haley.
Like a Reacher line, man.
Yeah. And again, you're not supposed to like the character, but Rorschach is like the ultimate badass in that movie.
I hear a lot about him. Did he have his own series or TV show or something?
He had they did, like I said, they did a thing called Before Watchmen, and there was a series. There was one on Ozymandias, who's the smartest man in the world. Rorschach. I want to say they did a Night Owl one, and maybe a Silk Spectre, I think.
And what's funny is when I went back and watched a trailer for this to see if I could get interested in it again, because you and Zach talk a lot about it, and I didn't realize Negan was in it. I was like, because Walking Dead wasn't out then. I'm like, oh my god, now I got to see Negan as a superhero.
He's the comedian.
Oh, he's the comedian, so he's the one that dies right at the beginning.
Yes, but you get a series of flashbacks. He's so great. Oh my goodness, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is fantastic in that movie. Like he's an asshole, but you want to feel bad for him. Like he's one of those.
That makes me want to give it another try.
Yeah,
just to see Negan dressed like Batman or whatever. That'd be a hoot.
Patrick Wilson, I want to say is Night Owl.
Patrick Wilson, don't know that name.
You seen the Conjuring movies?
Oh yeah.
Or not? I'm sorry. Is it? No. I'm sorry. Insidious.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Oh well, damn. You know what? Conjuring 2 because he plays
He plays the dad in both of them. He plays the dad in Insidious, and then he's the Warren, Mr. Warren in the Conjuring.
yeah, there you go. That's the Warrens is the names I was trying to remember.
Don't even get me started on that topic.
But yeah, he's in it, and then you have Jackie Earle Haley, like I said, which took me forever to realize that Jackie Earle Haley was also the kid from the original Bad News Bears with Walter Matthau.
Oh yeah,
I totally forgot that was him, and he was in Preacher, the TV show Preacher.
I never saw that.
And
I heard that was based on a comic too.
Yeah, Preacher was a Garth Ennis book.
Ooh, so I might like it.
I thought the show was good. I'd never read the comic. That's another one that's on my list. But going back to this one, folks, I know I don't do the greatest job of talking about because, again, I only read 2 issues of it. But I'm going to continue reading this. I'm definitely going to talk about this one in the future. This one has that before boys kind of feel, but definitely nowhere near the content. Like this is more a commentary on government and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of deep themes in here that are probably too deep for me to understand. So if anybody watching on the Rewind has read The Watchmen, let me know what you thought about it. Again, I'm going to continue reading it, and once I finish it, I want to try to talk about it again, see if I can get see if I have a better understanding of it. Because right now, I'm just reading a bunch of journal entries, and you're following Rorschach trying to figure out who killed the comedian.
When you're doing these list books,
mm-hmm.
You should, at the end of your little segment, give like a J grade, like a hashtag not that bad, hashtag something or other, that'd be a neat little.
That's a good idea, actually.
Because then it makes the list a little more powerful and fun.
This one would be a need to read more. Like again, if it wasn't for the moving part, I fully plan on once we're done moving and I go to read a list book, when it's a short one like this, when it's only 6 to 12 issues, my goal is to read the whole thing.
See, you're going to laugh. I didn't even know there were individual issues of this. I thought this was released as the first trade paperback. I didn't know they had individual issues. I was always told that it was a trade paperback. So when you said issues 1 and 2, I was like, oh, I didn't know they had individual issues. I thought it came out like Mouse as like a comic book.
Yeah, and I didn't look it up to see if maybe, the way that I'm reading it did it into issues.
Well, it says on your thing there 1 of 12. But I didn't know they had individual issues. I thought this was like a book like Mouse.
Let's see.
Because whenever anybody talked about it, they always talked about it as the original trade paperback, the greatest trade paperback, and that's why I wanted to see it. And yeah,
I went to look it up. It says published monthly by DC Comics in 1986 and 97. Before being collected into a single volume edition in 1987.
Well, there you go. I never knew that. So you taught me that. I never knew there were issues.
And I want to say, because I knew there was something about this in Charlton Comics. Because like the question,
Ditko's question?
What?
Are you talking about Ditko's the question?
Yeah. Because they either it was Rorschach was first and then the question, or the question was first and then Rorschach is supposed to be like the answer to that.
Oh, come on. The question had to be first before 86.
I don't know the history of the question. I did a
Well,
show.
is this the first appearance of Rorschach as the Watchman? Or was there a Rorschach before? Because what I'm looking up right now is the other. So I don't believe that at all.
Well, when I did my question comics you should read, I had all this information. So what it was is, okay, so question first appeared in Charlton Comics in 1967. So
Yeah.
when
I was going to say that I knew it was way before the 80s.
it was, but again, there's certain characters that got made because of that, and I can't remember.
There was another Ditko book that was out around the same time as The Question. And I can't remember what the name of it was, and I liked that one too, but they never get any props. The Question and what's that other one? Sorry, I gotta go a la Google. Because that'll drive me crazy.
Yeah, there's some kind of deal with Charlton Comics, and that's why we have Rorschach and a couple other characters, but I can't remember the whole story.
Mr. A.
Mr. A.
Yeah, that was the other one of Ditko's firsts. That's another good read. Of course, I can't read them anymore because if I remember right there,
Black and white.
But they were good. I like The Question more than Mr. A. Mr. A was good. It was solid, for that. It's kind of like a Dick Tracy type because it was in the 50s, 60s, and that's what you got back then.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was really good. And The Question, oh my God, The Question is so underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and I tell people The Question is one of those characters that, like a lot of those kind of characters, it was cartoons. That's what I know him from.
Oh, and I never knew there was a cartoon.
Well, he was in like I think a couple episodes of Batman, and dog's gonna freak out again here in a second.
If you have to step away for a minute, put your stepped away thing up and go do it.
I probably will. I wanted to go ahead and do this real fast. As soon as I can get it to where, there we go. Look at that, folks. There is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books left on this list. We are going to shuffle this thing around. We're going to pick the book for next week. And I think what I might do is I might read.
I'm gonna telepathically get you to do Paper Girls. I want you to hit the shuffle 3 more times. There it is. Now you're gonna hit Paper Girls.
Okay. I think I will talk about another issue of Watchmen next week when I go through books that I read for the week or so. I think I might talk a little bit more on the Watchmen because it's a very interesting book so far. I think I just need some more issues under my belt to fully kind of get into it. But again, I'm a big fan of the movie, so we'll see how I feel, if I still feel the same about the book. So, but anyway, I've decided that once we get done with this list, I'm going to figure out something fun to have a little bit more kind of fan interaction with it. Maybe have people themselves like name a book, and I'll put their name with the book. I don't know, just something fun. But
hey, how about this?
Hmm.
If the person whose book gets picked, that person appears with you on that next week's show to talk about it.
Well, I mean, that's always open. Not sure they'll go for that, but that's always open.
Oh.
But I will also say this: if there's anybody in the chat or ever in the panel that wants to read the list book with me, so we can talk about it, because I'd love to hear, other people's opinions on the stuff that I'm reading. See if we're kind of in the same boat.
Well, if you hit Basket Full of Heads, The Long Halloween, and Paper Girls, I'm with you. I've already read all those.
Okay.
I'm with you.
But anybody else out there, if you ever want to read a list book and talk about it in the chat, please feel free to. But we are going to choose.
You broke my Muju, man. I was all linked in. I got to link back in, Paper Girl.
Okay. Well, here we go, folks. We're going to spin it. Here we go.
Because Stone Cold said so. Well, Long Halloween works too. If it wasn't one that I loved, like The Long Halloween, I'd be more upset.
Yes. So, The Long Halloween it is.
Now, you're talking about the original one, not this reboot, right?
Yeah, it's everything is going to be original stuff.
Good deal. You're going to love it. You're a Batman guy, right?
Yeah.
You're going to love it. I'm going to step up and say this would be a J book.
Long Halloween. And I want to say that one is not very long.
12.
Yeah, so that is definitely one that I will try to get. Because this week I'm going to take it a little bit easy. I am starting to, my foot still hurts, but that's only because I haven't been off of it this whole time. But
well, let me share a secret with you. If you can only read the first couple issues, there is an animated movie of this that DC did that's almost verbatim.
I know, and I've been meaning to watch. I've been
So
meaning to watch.
I mean, if you don't have time to read them all, but still want to know the whole story to talk next week, just read the first two and watch the.
I'm so.
Although it would probably take less time to read 12 comics than to watch a 90-minute cartoon, but.
True, I'm so far behind on animated stuff. Like I used to watch all of them. We started the Tomorrowverse stuff when they did the Superman one.
Mm-hmm.
Man of Tomorrow, I think is what they call it. I can't remember now. When they started with the new animation where it's like the thick lines outside, and so
before you wrap this up, I got a couple trailers I want to talk about too.
Yeah, by all means.
So just let me know.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was your do it now or not. I didn't want to do this, Jay. I told myself, no, stay out of it. Don't do it. I watched the Bride trailer that was released. I don't know what to think about it, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't like how they did the Bride. I don't like that it's just one woman that was in an accident and they brought her back. And I really don't like the idea of it being a musical. But I'm going to try it just because he looked cool as Frankenstein's monster, Phable. Although it was weird seeing him in a hat and everything, but it was okay because if they stick more to Shelley's book, which no one's ever done, okay, if that's the kind of Frankenstein's monster you're going to give me, excellent. That's what I want. But I don't know about this whole Bride, and I don't know about that black smear. I don't know what that would be. And it's just what I'm seeing is Lady Gaga in Suicide Squad, or no, Joker. That's what my mind is seeing, and it's like, stay away from it, don't. But I watched it. It looks interesting. I'll give him that. Now, one that I'm going to see that rocked my world is the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz is getting a horror movie. That's coming out later this year. And it looks like it's going to be poo, blood, and honey deliciousness. It looks amazing. The Tin Man looks good. He looks like the Tin Man with his axe. And oh hell yeah, Ed's all over that one.
Did you see Pinocchio on Strung then?
I did. I absolutely did.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep, and that one is set in that twisted childhood thing.
And later this year, I heard they're doing one all about Oz and how Dorothy is actually a witch or something like that.
It's gonna be.
But this Tin Man, dude, this is just screaming my name. This is like 80s B movie goodness written all over that sucker. And yes, I loved Pooh, Bud, and Honey. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It absolutely cracked me up. And I'll watch it again and again and again. But so those were two trailers that I saw that knocked my shoes off. I'm like, oh, cool. It's going to be a fun October if I can run all these and watch them for Oktoberfest next year.
Yeah, again, when it comes to like movie reviews and stuff, I will always watch something for myself to see if I like it. But I can tell you
Have you
this.
seen Dracula?
No.
Because I remember John and Robbie kind of hating on it. I kind of dug it.
Yeah, Jenna really wants to watch it. Like
I dug it.
We found it, we have it, but we have. You are so. Listen to you. Stop talking. Shut up.
One thing they did do was they borrowed a lot from Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I mean the movie, not the book.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, they borrowed a lot from that as far as looks and stuff. But it was still, I thought it was good. I mean, was it as good as yeah, I got you. It wasn't as good as the, I can't remember what it was called now. The Demeter, but it wasn't Flight of the Demeter because it was a boat.
Voyage
of the Demeter. I couldn't come up with a word. That was an excellent one. The only thing I didn't like about it was Dracula was CGI. If they wouldn't have CGI'd and they would have done physical effects for Dracula, I would have loved that movie. I would have gave it 5 stars. But because the Dracula itself was CGI, have you seen it?
No.
It's a good one to watch. It's just Dracula CGI because have you ever watched the 70s Salem's Lot? Do you remember Mr. Barlow?
Yeah.
They kind of wanted him to look like that. Kind of like, or even Shrek in Nosferatu. They kind of wanted him to look like that, but they didn't want to spend the time on effects, so they tried this easy out like CGI, and it's not the same. You can tell it's fake. I mean, you know that the physical stuff is fake, but the CGI just screams, "I'm fake." I don't know who that was from.
That was Sean. So Sean was leaving. Well, that's okay because we're getting close to wrapping it up. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of interesting stuff coming out. Hopefully next week I'll figure out something to talk about. Hopefully Nope can make it. Hopefully Ed can come back as well.
If I'm alive, I'll be here.
Probably no Sean.
Ed's got a 5-day weekend next week.
Oh wow!
Because it's spring break, so I took a couple of days off just to chill. Because between doing therapy every day and working, I'm getting burnout. And Ed's going to be doing a lot of videos on our channel, and in those 5 days. And believe it or not, if we can make it work, your wife and I are going to do a video because she wants to ask questions about thunderstorms and tornadoes. And I'm like, let's make an issue or a video out of that. Yeah. Because I love talking about that stuff. And I got so many charts and presentations. Shit, I can talk about weather forever. So that'll be fun if her and I can figure out when to hook up. I don't know if we're going to do it as a live or if we're going to do it as just a recorded thing, but either way, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But if we do it as a recorded thing, I'll probably put clips from my storm chases in there because I own all that footage. So I think that would be fun.
Oh yeah.
And I've got some short ideas that I've been working on for comedy, some really off the cuff comedy that it's my own warped comedy that I kind of been wanting to work with and just haven't had time. So not to be a shameless plug, but if you're interested, come join us at Weird Dopes. Are we streaming this tonight or not?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, that sucks. Is that something I did wrong?
Oh, I don't know how it works.
Oh. Okay.
Nope usually takes care of that. Nope.
Oh, all right. Nope. Way to go. Because one of our regulars who doesn't know you yet got a notification that we were live last week because you had it on our channel. And he's like, I want to watch this week. And I just went to on my channel real quick. And he's like, I can't find you. I'm like, damn it. So I was like, well, so we might have because I'm sure he'll probably like and join you too.
Okay.
So let's try to remember to keep doing that because we got some folks that they want more live and Nope hasn't been available to do them. And I don't know how to do them.
Yeah.
If I knew how to do a live, if I could get you to tutor me for a half an hour and show me how to, I would love that because there are so many times, like during the tornado outbreak yesterday, I wanted to go live and tell people, but I didn't know how to do it. I was like, I haven't got to produce yet. I've produced videos, but I've never produced a live or how to get the videos you want and the music you want and the slides or I don't know how to do any of that.
No, I got you.
So
Wouldn't
I got
mind
some fun things planned for my time off that I hope to release on our channel.
Very cool.
And I will definitely send you a cohort, whatever it's called, collaboration, if you want.
Hell yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, we're pretty much one big family now at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So
I'll collab with anything you got, and you're always welcome to collab with anything I do. So look forward to it.
Yeah, as long as we can get it to work, I guess.
Yeah, if we can get that helps.
What's up, Phable?
Hey, Phable, our first visitor. How you doing, brother? You came just in time for us to say goodbye because nobody's been here.
Yeah. That's okay though. We had a ton of fun. If you've never read The Watchmen, folks, going back to that again, I know it was a very hard book for me to try to explain just reading the 2 issues. If you've never read Watchmen, though, it's one of those, I guess, kind of classics that you should at least give a shot. Give a shot reading it. I'm going to end up finishing it up. Oh, all good, man. We're just.
Oh, yeah, it's all good, Phable. I was just giving you some crap. You know we love you, brother.
Yes, and last night on Phable's channel, they did 12 Monkeys. That is a movie that I've never seen. I need to watch that.
Next time you should say they did the movie 12 Monkeys.
What did I say?
Last night on Phable's show, they did 12 Monkeys.
Oh, they did 12
Ooh, wow.
Hey, next week, Phable, if you wanna hop in next week, because like I said, we're fixing to wrap it up here. Next week, though, if you're free Saturday, you want to hop in, by all means, dude. If you need me to send you the link again, no problem. Just let me know. Basically, what I'm just doing is whatever you've read for the week or whatever you've watched. That's what we talk about. And then I have my list book, which was Watchmen. First time reading it, but only got 2 issues in because of the move.
If you ever want to do a show with me, just let me know, man. We'll figure something out. I'd love to we could either do a live or a pre-record or whatever. I don't care, brother. Just let me know.
Yeah,
I love chatting with you, man. You're one of my bros.
We need more Phable on the internet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those monkeys are feisty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that one. I got to pop in for a minute and at least say hi like I always do, but yeah, I'm gonna catch that on the rewind. I saw that you had Metal Elf and another great panel, so really excited to go see what y'all. I need to watch the movie first. I'm gonna watch the movie first, and then
You've never seen 12 Monkeys?
No.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I should say I'm surprised I haven't though.
Yeah, me too.
To be honest, I'm surprised I haven't watched it.
That's a kind of movie that I think you and Jenna would both love together. So
she's probably already seen it. Maybe she'll watch it with me. That there you go. Phable
Beautiful Phable. It's a date, so we can make it happen.
Ooh. Yeah, and also, Phable, if you're interested in joining us next week, my list book was The Long Halloween, not the newer one, but the original one. So if you want to read that and talk about it, by all means, like the list books are open for everybody. If anybody in the chat wants to read and talk about it in the chat,
That
please
might
do.
be the majority of the show because I love those so much. And if you actually get them all read, dude, we can talk about that for a long time.
Oh wow! Now that one I have seen.
Falling down. Nice.
Falling Down.
That's a good one,
Folks. Make
you
sure
picked a good list, Phable. Did you do these all yourself? Did you come up with this list all yourself? That's some good picks, brother.
I'm gonna cover Ed's face for just a second, but QR code for One Collection Down. Make sure you check that out. Next Friday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Falling Down. That's a great movie. That is a great movie. And it just goes to show you, folks, don't mess with people's breakfast.
Oh,
Breakfast people are crazy, man.
step away from that Twinkie.
Yeah, so make sure stop by March Madness. I want to say it's PCP, Phable, maybe another channel. I can't remember who all does March Madness. I'm checking on some things here.
Hey, Phable, are you into March Madness, like the actual basketball tournament at all, or just the term? The reason I'm asking is because Nope and I are thinking about doing brackets just to have something fun to post and talk about each week. So we thought if we could get a couple other people that maybe wanted to do brackets. No money, no prize, no nothing like that, just for fun. Let me know.
Of course, man.
You're more than welcome to do one too, Jay, but I know that you do the hole-in-one touchdown sports go yay, I think, so.
Sweep the floor real fast.
Oh, yeah. I love watching that. Sweep, rush, sweep. That's like, did you hear there was actual controversy over that? Oh, my God.
Double touch the stone.
Oh, how dare he? I'm like, Canadians are a different breed, brother.
It Phable, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you for showing up, and thanks for everything you do, man. Like you're awesome, and it's great to see you back on lives and stuff. Never really followed college ball.
I think what he's saying is, thank you for being a friend.
Oh.
Traveled around the world and back again. They're all dead now, right?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. Makes me sad. I love Golden Girls. To this day. Golden Girls, Mama's Family.
Oh, Mama's Family was just Carol Burnett off the charts. I love Carol Burnett.
Yeah. Well, folks, again, if you follow everybody that we always talk about, like I talk about these folks because not only do I consider them all friends and family, but I actually enjoy the things that they do. Like I don't want to say, well, I'm never going to talk about a channel that I don't watch because eventually I will. But for the most part, any channel you ever hear me talk about, it's because it's stuff that I watch. And Phable is legit. He's awesome. Love the guy.
I would love that, Phable. Anytime, brother, especially if you do like a cheesy horror or cheesy sci-fi. If you do Robot Holocaust, I would love to do that with you because you will be one of the other 8 people on this planet that's seen that movie. So if you really want to do that sometime, I'd love to do it. We could even do it on my channel if you want. If you don't have time, do it on yours. I don't care, but I would love to talk about that movie with you, brother. I really would.
And yeah, and I trust me. If I ever get some time, I will. You
You work
guys,
all the time, brother.
yeah, you guys that do those. It's so fun to watch, but I'm like, man, I'm about as deep as spit on the sidewalk. So when we get to the parts about the style and structure of movies and stuff like that, I'm just like, it was a cool movie. Like, but I would love to be
Just
on.
go to Chat GPT. That would write you something.
Tell me about the style and structure or the sound, the sounds. Robot Holocaust.
That is awesome, dude. Please keep me in mind if I could be so humble to ask. I would love to do that with you, brother.
I'm telling you, that Sci-Fi Fest, the first inaugural,
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Fest that just happened. Phable, you had some bangers on there, man. Across all the channels, but you doing Starship Troopers and oh my goodness, you just did one that I freaking loved, and I can't now. My mind's blanking. Starship Troopers. Goodness, that's embarrassing. I forgot.
Well, it wasn't 12 Monkeys because you haven't
It
seen
wasn't
it.
12 Monkeys. My goodness, it's like one. I love this movie too, and I was so bummed.
I've actually been to like 20 of the filming sites for. I just drew a blank on the movie. The bug movie you just said. Space Troopers, Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Because it was mostly done in South Dakota, and that's where my best friend from the Air Force was stationed and lives. So I got to go to all the sites, see some of the stuff that they did, because a lot of that was filmed in the Badlands.
Oh my goodness, They Live. I can't believe I couldn't think of They Live.
Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I am right now. I am. But they did I Live, or They Live.
I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I'm
Yes.
all out of bubble gum.
I love that movie. Like the movies that y'all did for like I'm so excited to see what y'all come up with.
See if you agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
They Live. The
Mhm.
fight scene between Roddy Piper and the actor I can never remember his damn name.
Keith David.
Was that not one of the best fight scenes and most under talked about and underappreciated fight scenes in a movie? That was a phenomenal street fight.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't fake, it wasn't dorky, it was a street fight. I loved it. I loved everything about that movie.
Yeah, you literally did like Starship Troopers, The Prestige, The Abyss, and
yeah, they did The Abyss too.
My goodness, what a lot! Like, I can't wait to see how y'all top that. Honestly, like I cannot wait to see what y'all get to top that because you had some bangers. Okay.
Sean gonna lay out.
Yeah. Poor dog. He does that when I'm working. He has learned the end, like the ending song for the experience, or he knows when I'm about to be done. He starts freaking out because he's ready to go outside. He's learned when the song, like when he hears, oh, that was the third commercial, he knows that there's 30 more minutes left in the show. He's crazy. He's crazy.
If I had to pick a favorite guy from that movie, Phable, it would be the guy that Piper fought, but I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank. It's been too many years.
Keith David.
I thought he was excellent in that movie.
Keith David.
I would pick Roddy Piper, but everybody does. So I will pick Keith David then.
Yes, the voice of Goliath and so many other.
Goliath as in
Gargoyles.
Knight Rider?
Gargoyles.
Oh, Gargoyles.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the semi from Knight Rider, and I'm like, there's a deep cut. Where'd you come up with that?
Yeah.
Although I did find out that, do you remember Carr? Karr?
Mm-hmm.
That was voiced by Optimus Prime.
Oh, Peter Cullen.
You know, I was like, no way. Next time I see that episode, I'm going to totally hear Optimus Prime.
Keith David was also the voice of Spawn in the HBO series.
Never saw it.
Oh, excellent. I got it on DVD.
Is that animated or?
Yeah, it's animated. It's an animated HBO show.
Do they do it good the way they should, or do they do it cheesy?
No, the Spawn animated series makes you wonder how they got to the Spawn movie.
Yeah, because that Spawn movie to me was like scary movie. It was like making fun of a movie. It wasn't. I couldn't take it seriously. Between the clown and the bad acting, it's like,
Well,
what is this?
he
But I
John
knew nothing
Leguizamo,
about Spawn going in.
John Leguizamo was actually perfect as Violator, as the clown. Yeah, that's actually how
But that
that's how the
clown
clown
looks so effing cartoonish.
that's what he looks like.
Well, I get that, but this wasn't a current comic. This was a movie. You got to try to make him look at least a little believable.
No, he was perfect. He was perfect. Michael Jai White.
I'm going to fight you on this one, Jay. we need to rewatch this movie and make a video together.
John Leguizamo was so into that character, he had back problems after that movie for the rest of his life. Like that's the crappy thing about it. Him
As a
being
person
that
with
character.
back problems for the rest of my life, I find it highly ridiculous that you would do that to yourself to be a dumbass looking clown. But that's okay.
Problems. The fact that he's having back problems instead of knee problems, like, bro, tell me your magic, because I would like not to have knee problems.
John Leguizamo was
Wear
perfect.
knee pads next time. Never mind.
Oh my goodness.
I will fight you, Ed.
I love you, Jenna.
And again, Michael J. White, he is like one of the most. He's so underrated.
I love him.
But
Did you show him your new decky?
I didn't get to show this off. Hold
Sorry,
on.
I didn't mean to distract you guys, but I got Jay something.
Oh, just Super Duck.
To go with my Bruce, but not that. Bruce.
What the? It's Super Duck. Oh gosh, you got the Bruce the Shark.
And the thing is, I actually got Ed something, and I need his address.
Ooh.
Hold on.
I will be more than happy to give it to you, but your husband already has it.
Oh, do you? What I asked you for.
Best thing about Spawn, that cape. Look,
That cape was a character in and of itself. Like, it could give the cake for the Sorcerer Supreme a run for its money.
when that movie eventually gets redone, which Todd McFarlane has been talking about it for I don't know how long now. Jamie Foxx is attached to it. They're going to do it like hell.
No.
Yeah. I still say that they could use Michael J. White again because he looks exactly.
I love Michael J. White. He hasn't aged in 50 years.
Yeah, he looks exactly the same.
From what I know about the Spawn character and what happens in the Spawn comics, they need to keep it dark and they need to almost keep a horror element to it. Not slapstick sickery like you just said.
They need a combination of the two. They need a fine line.
The thing is, the one that
like the Crow.
the one that McFarlane's talking about doing, it's gonna have Sam and Twitch, who are main characters in the Spawn series. Spawn is gonna be like Bruce the Shark, which is kind of what Spawn kind of is. He sticks in the shadows.
Oh, I thought you meant childish.
No, Bruce the Shark. Like Jaws. He's like the shark in Jaws.
What in the hell was that? Hang on.
Okay. So while Ed's taking care of that photo. Oh, there we go.
I can't investigate or anything because of my mobility issues, but I swear to God, it sounded like a tree just fell and smashed my garage.
Oh no.
Because we've had windy like crazy here today. And with all the water and snow melt and rain and everything, the ground is all soft and trees fall easy. That's what it sounded like. Either that or there was a car accident just outside, but I can't get to the door to look.
Well, I'm hoping it's neither of those things.
Me too, but I don't know what else that could have been. The only reason you didn't hear it is because I'm using my earbuds and it has a silencer. Because, dude, it sounded like somebody just shot a shotgun 10 feet behind me.
Wow.
And I heard a cracking before, like it was a tree breaking. Oh, well, that's what house insurance is for, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it was, but holy shit, that was loud. Sorry,
No,
I
you're
got
good.
distracted.
No, you're good. Michael B. Jordan.
People didn't know I live in Michigan where the weather's fan-damn-tastic.
Oh, wow.
We had a foot of snow on the ground and had an F3 tornado wedge come through over a frozen. How many pictures and videos of tornadoes do you see over frozen lakes? Not very often. It only happens here, people. And now that the storms have all passed, the wind is kicking up. So even though the temperature is like 38, which is above normal, the wind chill is like 12 because it's so damn windy. And the trees have been swaying all day, and I just heard a really loud crash. So I had to take a break. Sorry.
Wow, you're good.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything sticking through my kitchen behind me.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Michael B. Jordan to Spawn. I think that could work too. Like I said, Todd has been talking about this for a couple years now.
Take out the B and put Michael Jordan in Spawn. There you go.
Michael Jordan Spawn. I'm just, again, that it's a character that, like, I like the movie. I like the director's cut of the movie. I like the movie.
But you were a kid when you saw it, right?
I was a kid when I saw it.
See, I was a cocky college student when I saw it, and I was like, this is kiddish-fied and dumb.
I think
What I wanted when I read the premise, and you know what I like. It's
Yeah.
a thing from hell. The guys would think, oh, man, this is going to be... And then they went and turned it stupid like they did Van Helsing. I was wanting a serious vampire movie out of Van Helsing, and it was terrible. I hate that movie. Other than the lady vampires, I love them. And Kate Beckinsale, I love her, but everything else about that movie sucked my balls. I didn't like it. But
That's fair.
somebody needs to redo Spawn and make it dark and I'm from hell and I'm gonna kick your ass and stuff like that.
Like he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that part they got
He's
right.
basically not much different than, from what I know, he's not that much different than Ghost Rider in what he does. He got stuck into some kind of contract where he has to do stuff in hell or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's kind of what Ghost Rider is, basically. Look at him. He's trying to process it. Something I said really pissed him off, and he's trying to.
It's hard to explain what Spawn is. It's hard to explain. Like if I was gonna have you,
wasn't it a dude that got killed or something and made a deal with the devil to do something to save his wife or something like that?
Yes.
Well, how's that hard?
Because it's so much more than that too.
But he's supposed to come from hell, and he's supposed to get demons and shit, right? That's what he's doing?
No.
Okay, what is he doing?
He just fights bad guys. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not necessarily demons. It's just people.
Well, see, I thought he came out of hell and like took on like stuff like the stupid clown and stuff. I mean, you can't tell me those were people. Those had to be some kind of demon thing.
No, the Violator's a demon.
Right. Well, that's what I thought it was about. So I was thinking horror, but when I went and seen it, I was like, it's horror, all right. Horrible. I hated that.
If I was gonna have you watch anything though, it would be the HBO series. The
animated
HBO,
or
it's animated. Keith David does the voice of Spawn. That is a better representation of what Spawn was. The cartoon. Fair. Where you could see the awesome intros from Todd McFarlane on almost every show.
I'll tell you what, I'll watch Spawn, and you watch the Lady Death cartoon that I told you about.
Yeah,
and we'll talk. Fair?
Yeah.
Deal. Might not be for next week because if I know me, I'll be Thursday. I'm like, oh hell, what was I gonna watch? But with a 5-day weekend, I'm gonna do chilling, reading. I'm gonna do videos. I'm gonna make videos. I'm trying to line up an interview. Like I said, I might even do something with Jenna if she has time and really wants to do it. So I plan on having fun next week.
Good. You need to.
Yeah, I know. I've had zero fun since September. My favorite time of year, I missed all of it. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah.
I missed it all with my broken back. So
Yep.
oh, you've got to be kidding. The whole show. And now it heard me say I was having fun and had to flip me off. That's what it was.
It did. So
I'm back. Mm-hmm.
Whatever you read,
me webcam.
Hey, what's going on, Joey? I said like 30 minutes ago I was wrapping this up. I always do.
I know. Well, people are showing up now. So.
That's
it's kind of hard to say hi bye, but
yeah.
We also got to remember we lose an hour tonight, so we can't go too late. Tonight's the damn clock. Yeah.
Oh, when are we gonna stop this?
At 2 o'clock it becomes 3 o'clock. We lose an hour's sleep tonight, so we can't go too late tonight.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But whatever you end up reading, just make sure to send me, and I can put it in the slides so we can talk about it.
Is that going to be like an ongoing thing now? So if I read a book, just send it to you and we'll talk about it. All right, cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. You're good, Joey. We were getting close to wrapping it up, though.
I don't know that I know you, Joey, but hi, Joey. Good to see you. Do I know Joey?
Joey he was on The Experience for a little while. He had a Wednesday show called Wednesday Warriors. He's a great PR person for comics. He's been here. He's not been on before, but he's been in the chat before. He had the book that the I Need Your Skin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
He looks familiar, so I probably watched him on EXP and just don't remember it.
Yeah, and I think he was the last person we had on Writers versus Artists. I think he was the last person we had before the show went on hiatus. But
is it just hiatus or is it gone?
Hiatus, as far as I know. He actually got to read I Need Your Skin. Holy crap. Talk about giving you an uneasy feeling. I've read that. I've read it 3 or 4 times now, and every time there's just an uneasy feeling. This book is going to be great. I cannot wait until it's completely done. I'll come on. Yeah, we should do that. We should do that. Come on, so you can talk about, because oh my goodness, I need you to talk about it so you can do it in a non-spoilery way, because
what does INYS stand for?
I Need Your Skin.
Oh, okay.
Because I will talk about the book and spoil it for everybody.
Yeah,
it's really good.
So he wrote it?
Yeah, he wrote it along with my buddy Alan Dunford.
I love that book, Joey. Good to meet you.
Yeah, him and Alan. He had Dave Lentz. Dave Lentz did the lettering. Dave does a lot of stuff. He's one of the, for me at least, he's one of the best letterers in the business. Usually on Kickstarter books, he does have a couple of books like in the big 3 or 4, I guess, and then they had Brian Belando do the art. Brian is, y'all Kickstarter folks, you better use Brian now, because one of these days somebody's going to discover Brian and y'all ain't going to be able to use him anymore.
Joel, you got any more creepy, eerie, scary stuff coming like that one? You let me know, man. That's my blood. I love that stuff. And before we leave, I just have to do this one more time, because last week I had the fake background.
Yeah.
If you notice my hat, It's an anime Godzilla, and it actually says Gojira in Japanese. My daughter wrote, designed, and did the writing, and had this hat made for me for Christmas.
Let me pull that.
She got to spend 2 weeks in Japan for school last year. She's learned the language. She knows how to write it. She knows how to speak it. She loves anime, and I love this hat. And she also made this as a kitchen magnet for me. So I just wanted to brag about my kid.
Oh, that's awesome.
I say kid. She's 21 and a senior in college, but she's still my kid.
Yeah,
She'll always be my kid. Jay's my kid. He's like 12. I mean, come on.
Looks 12. So Alan wrote it. Joey co-created it. Still the idea. Like I do the same thing. Not push, but I've talked to Alan about ideas that I've had, because I'm not a writer, but I do have a lot of ideas.
Indie horror is my middle name, Joey. So yeah, let me know, man.
Yes, we'd love to have you on. Love to talk about the book. Again, I'll probably end up reading it several times more before I get the copy. Just, folks, I can't wait for this book to get out there. Like I can't wait.
With your permission, I'll even promote your books on our channel, The Weird Dopes, because we like to do book reviews. So if I have your permission, I would be happy to talk about I Need Your Skin.
Yeah, and folks out there,
or you can come on and talk about it.
Yeah, that too. We get you on Weirdos. You can get on here, folks. If you ask if you want to see some of these books in your local comic shop, talk to your LCS. A lot of times, these folks have retailer tiers, and some of this stuff belongs in comic shops. Like a lot of it does.
Word of mouth is so important in comics. So if there's something you want, get it out there and let your store know, because if you're interested, others might be interested, and then they might start carrying what you like. So, but they don't know what they don't know, so you got to let them know what they need to know to get you what you need to get.
Exactly.
That was a weird way to say it, but it was fun.
Better than what I could have said it. Better than what I could have said it. But yeah,
that's awesome, Joey. Cool.
Yeah, there's so many great books out there, Joey. I'm telling you, for your first book out the gate, I want to say this is like the first one you've done. Fantastic job.
Hey Jay, can I ask you for a shameless plug to pop my channel up there so that he could join it, and then I can talk to him and try to arrange something?
You absolutely can ask for that plug.
This is our channel, The Weird Dopes. Mr. Nope and I do it, and we're regulars with Jay on Hydra a lot. So come on over, and if you'd give us a sub, that'd be great, and we can work something out and get you on there and talk about your books. Thank you very much, Jay. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And you know what? Just in case it might be a little bit easier, I always have this link handy too. If you just want to click on that link, I just got real weird I was getting real like fancy with the QR codes and stuff. I have so many on here.
And when did you get a QR maker?
So it's in Restream. Like, let's see. That's something I'll do. Yeah, I'll do this before we end. I'll run through a couple of these, because turn off the chat real fast to get it like that. Run through. First of all, Dork. I know that a lot of people have overhyped it and everything. I love the book. I'm a fan of Brett Bean. Brett Bean has a threadless shop. You check that out. I'm going to be ordering me a Dork shirt eventually.
Dork is a cute story, but it's not worth $100. Just get a third or fourth print.
No, it's not.
It's ridiculous how that book just got so abused when it came out.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you. Then we got my buddy Garrett Gunn. There's his Patreon. He's got a Kickstarter going right now for Giant Killer Jack. I have already got my Garrett Gunn cover.
Patreon is a pay service, right? You got to
Yeah.
pay to.
Yeah. Now, the thing with Garrett's Patreon, we were on it for a while. We had to jump off for monetary reasons. Hopefully, we'll eventually get back on. But this has he has a tier level. And the reason we have so many metal covers is because we were on one of his tier levels. It was like $60 a month. You got a guaranteed metal, an exclusive cover, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff. Now, if you look at metal covers, folks, on a lot of places, they're anywhere from $50 to $100. So getting all that stuff for $60 at the time when we could do it was awesome. So
he don't have like a Facebook or a YouTube. He just has Patreon.
oh no. Garrett has some writer guy everywhere. On any social media platform, look up some writer guy or Garrett Gunn on Facebook.
Does he have like a GarrettGunn.com to look at all his stuff?
That part I don't remember. It's been a while since.
Sorry, man. I know you want to keep leaving, and I keep babbling.
No, you're good.
I'm doing a Midwest goodbye with y'all.
You're good. We did that the other night. Yeah, I don't think there's a GarrettGunn.com. I'll have to ask him what his.
Some writer guy.
Well, I mean, I know it's some writer guy, but.
You know what it probably is?
Socials that will take you to.
Oh, okay. There's a link tree on all his socials. So if he's got a website, it'll be there.
It's probably Jay Burns' favorite guy.com because you're so famous. That's probably what it is.
Do you know what that giant of a man does when he sees me?
Which one?
Garrett Gunn.
Garrett is a very, very big guy.
I'm all of 5 foot on a good day, and the man picks me up and swings me around like a rag doll.
Wow.
With the biggest bear hug.
Garrett's in the 6 foot range. He's a big dude,
Yeah.
but he's awesome. Love Garrett to death.
I love Garrett to death, but he's a mountain of a man. So when he picks me up like I'm a doll and just swings me around in a big circle to give me a big hug, like I'm this little bitty toddler. Like,
Well, I mean, us compared to most people, we kind of are.
I'll fight you.
I used to be 6'1" and benched 380 before my back. Now
And
I'm
he
like
would make you
5'11".
look small, Ed. He would make you look small.
But then we have Dan Wickline,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
who's
Now,
like,
I do have to say this. I do say how much he does it is annoying because I get no warning, but I love when he does it though. Like that needs to be out there. Because somebody hurt his feelings and said I didn't like it. I was like, no, just warn me next time.
It's no fun that way.
yeah, they came down for the when they were doing the Good Board tour.
Tape.
Huh?
Tape.
What tape?
Any tape.
I don't know.
I'm gonna fight you.
I
If
know
she would
you
have put it on her mouth, I'll send her some.
I'll fight all of you.
fight all of us. But him and Dr. Christie came down, went to one of the Sasso Space Cadets. So we got to hang out with them there. That was the story I told where I didn't want to take advantage of the friendship. So I brought some of our Garrett stuff for them to sign.
I remember.
Yeah. And he was like, no, go home and get all of it. I was like, all right, man. All right. Then we went to dinner with them. Fantastic. Like, that's why.
Did you have that book that I got for you that he signed already?
No.
Okay,
The
cool.
Boxmasters? No.
Yep.
I did
cool.
not have that. That was very awesome.
Cool. I wanted to do something for you, but it's like it's always a gamble. I'm like, he's probably not got it.
Our buddy Triple B, BBB Haunted Comics, has a live show every Wednesday at, hold on, 7.
It'd be
80
8 o'clock
Central.
Eastern, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't do mountain time, folks. So it's 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Hottest covers of the week, Locked Doors variants.
Booby books.
Well, a lot of booby books, but he also does a lot of great reviews and stuff like that too.
Of booby books.
Of booby books, yeah.
That triple B is booby books, then whatever.
Big booby books.
There you go, big booby books.
Big
They're
booby.
not haunted, so it should just be big booby comics. Big
Dallas
booby
Fort
book
Worth
comics.
for Texas 15 comic. Ah. Keep us posted on that, Joey.
What'd you say?
Going to be out. DFW is Dallas Fort Worth for
I
Texas
can't see the
Latino
chat
Comic
again, so I don't know what you were seeing.
Con. Well, cover your face. There we go.
You can cover my face. I don't care. Cool.
Got them. Then of course we got our buddy.
Is that close enough to you where you could go say hi?
Fort Worth is about 3 hours away.
Oh.
I mean, not terribly far.
Man, I haven't seen Kpop in a while.
Oh, she's busy being live. That's the live queen right there.
Well, then my notifications must not be working because I haven't heard anything about her in a while.
They're freaking weird. Just notifications in general are just.
You know, I have found her online before at like 3:30 my time in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, girl, you're giving me somebody to talk to here. I like it.
And let's see. A couple more because I want to. At least one more QR code because I got to talk about Tracy Medina. She will be on my wall again. Might have seen the Superman stuff she's done for me. Done some stuff for my birthday. Excellent artist. Really cool person. She's on YouTube. She has got the ability to go live, but this is another person that, even though I have notifications clicked, I always miss her lives. So, great artist, great person. Go follow her.
I've never seen her go live either.
Yeah, I always catch them after the fact.
I was like her third sub or whatever, and I've never got a notification that she went live.
And then the last person that I would like to, I don't have anything fancy made for him, but EXP family member, said community member, Lyle Hobson has a
What's
YouTube
Lyle
channel.
doing?
Oh man, dude. Lyle not only shows off comics.
This is Lyle from the North Pole, right?
Yes. Yes. Not only does he show off comics, he just has some of the most interesting stuff. He had a Saturday, it was either a Saturday Post or Saturday Morning Post. I can't remember what it was called.
You're talking newspaper.
Yeah. I think it was Saturday Post.
Yeah, probably.
From like the 40s, and it was a big to do about Superman. He showed off. He had
wow.
He has some of the most interesting collectible magazines, comics, posters, stuff like that, what have you.
Is his link in your description?
No, I haven't added that one yet. So I got
you can just IM it to me or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to check that out.
Yep.
He always seemed like a nice guy in chat. I'd like to see what he's like. Super
nice. And like not only for us at the experience or here, we all have this. There's enough YouTube for everyone. I'm always going to push people, especially the folks who support the experience and support us. Anybody's got a channel, I'm gonna put it out there for other folks. Lyle has got some of the most interesting stuff. Like he's like, man, I didn't know if anybody was gonna watch this stuff, and I'm like, dude,
I'd watch just to hear his North Pole stories.
Yeah. Yeah, but be sure you check that out. He posts pretty regularly, but he's doing some great stuff. And some of the, like I said, some of the stuff that he's pulling out here, I'm like, I didn't even know that existed.
Huh.
So All right, folks.
Yeah, we got to get running.
Yeah, for real this time because I didn't even know we lost an hour tonight.
Yep, tonight's the night, folks. Don't forget, move your clocks ahead.
Lame. But I'm going to go ahead and drop you off, Ed, and I'll see you.
Hail Hydra. Love y'all. Come check out the Weird Opes.
Exactly. See you in a second, bud.
Don't go off yet.
Don't go off yet?
Don't go off yet.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, everybody. So we're actually about to go try a new place. It's a burger joint that's 24 hours on the weekend that's right down the street from us called Smash Me Daddy. I need to know what you want, and I'm going to read it to you. Do you want a threesome, which is 3 patties?
Jesus.
Do you want a swingers party, which is 4 patties? Or do you want an orgy that's 5 patties? Or do you want the Smash Me Daddy with fries, which is 2 patties and bacon?
Please say it, Jay. Please say it. I want you to smash me, Daddy. Come on. Let's say it. I need a clip.
You want an orgy, don't you?
Oh, orgy, baby.
It's 5 patties.
Oh,
5 burger patties?
I'll eat that.
You sure?
Yeah.
They're smash burger patties, so they are thinner. So
Yeah, it'd take about 5 for a smash burger.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want fries?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll get you an orgy and fries, Daddy.
Awesome. Woo.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
That's all.
Jay, you can call me Daddy.
There's no daylight saving time for you?
Nope, Arizona skips it. That's what used to drive me crazy about all the shows on CBSN, because most of them were out of Arizona, and I would always miss them by an hour because they don't do it.
That's crazy. Okay, so before I drag us on for another half hour, okay.
Are we
All
saying goodbye again?
Yes, we are really saying goodbye this time.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Okay. There we go. All right, folks. Next week, pretty much same thing. We'll talk about books that I've read, any trailers I've seen. Ed, hopefully, will have a great time with his 5-day weekend. You know, if he gets to read, awesome. If he doesn't get to, I just want the guy to relax and have some good alone time. You need it every once in a while. Hopefully, I'll have some more stuff hung up on these walls by then. We'll see. I'm going to read some more Watchmen so I can talk about more Watchmen. And then I will be reading The Long Halloween for the very first time. So if this is your first time here or you made it this far, welcome. If you like what you saw, don't forget like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Do me a favor, folks. Check out Kickstarter. Just if you're a comic fan, go to Kickstarter, type in comic, just look around, just browse. You never know what you're going to find. We've found some great books and people from just, surfing Kickstarter. It's a weird thing to say. I think indies are the future. Yes, Marvel and DC or in Image are doing very well right now, but read more indies, folks. If you ever get tired of superhero stuff, indie is the way to go, whether it's indie horror or just any kind of independent comics. You never know. Give something a try. Step out of your wheelhouse. Step out of that comfort zone. You will never know when you find something. You'll be like, I never knew that I'd be into something like this, and I am. But the main thing is, read more comics. And as Bigby says on Best Coast Comics, share your love of comics with everyone you meet. You never know who you're going to turn into a fan. And thank you all for being here. And I hope you had an awesome time. We'll see you next week about the same time. Not even about the same time. At the same time. 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Right here for another Hydra Hangout, folks. Thanks for being here as always. And we'll see you next time. Later.